Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Bronze. This is round 5, and we're here in Zandvoort at the Netherlands circuit. And this is going to be great. We've had 2 fantastic races, haven't we, in gold and in silver as well. 2 first-time winners as well in the form of Young Lights, his first ever race win in ALR Gold on Sunday when he beat the Cookie, didn't he? And he was a tough cookie to crack indeed, but Lights is the first man to do it. Brilliant drive from Young Lights there, as he is the first man to win against Cookie as well. Then and Cookie's stranglehold on gold has been relinquished for now anyway. In silver, what a cracking race we had. It was the slivers of margins, wasn't it, as it was right down to the edge of the it was right down to less attempts, less than hundreds. Goodness me, it was Ghost, and it was the bronze champion Potato, who was basically a dead heat as they came across the line there. A fantastic end to the race there, but it was Ghost who had a very difficult qualifying session and said that silver was maybe a bit too much for him. Oh my goodness me, he was probably sandbagging Ghost because the American driver was absolutely incredible, wasn't he? As he came on the last corner and won by it was the slivers of margins, isn't it? It was under a tenth of a second. It was absolutely incredible. Closest finish in ALR in terms of the actual, like, you know, physical cars. Of course, the closest finish was back in Australia, wasn't it? Which was by Mike, as he won it by the slender of margins, didn't he? As he had less penalties. It was a brilliant first time win for Mike as well. We go and get 3 for 3 and another first time winner here in bronze tonight. It is a potentially that can be the case, can it? As just having a quick look at the at who's won so far. Van Energetics, Farf and Mike have all won so far. So yeah, the odds are definitely stacked in the favour of another winner as well. But Farf has been incredible, hasn't he, on the so far this season? So I'm expecting Farf to be a tough nut to crack once again. Then same with Energetics won last time out, didn't he? And of course, don't forget Mike as well, who we are expecting, hopefully, Mike can get out the doldrums a bit then after having a couple of difficult races in the last 2 races then. Right then, so we've got a lot of comments there right in the comment section already. Lovely stuff, everyone, and I'll get to you in just a... Oh, goodness me, it's very... murky out there. Have we got a bit of rain on the floor there? You can see that there's a lot of damp patches on the track out there, isn't there? Oh, goodness me. Yeah, so that's a... No, that's not looking too good out there. So I wonder if we got a damp track then. I wonder if we might have the intermediate tyres. Well, not at the moment there, because you can see on the left-hand side we can tell what tyres everyone is on at the moment there. And there is a lot of red marked soft tyres out there, isn't it? So no intermediate tyres there. But it does look a bit damp out there, doesn't it? You can see there's some dark patches on the old tarmac as well. We've got a Williams car right out there straight away. And it is Velocity, the championship leader, with the slender of a margin as well. But let's quickly go through the drivers and the constructors championship, shall we? As Velocity is taking us around the first part of the course. Velocity is in the championship as once again, as well done to Velocity. It's all about it's all about consistency, is it? The man hasn't won a race so far this season, has he, in the 3 attempts, but he has been on the podium in every single event so far this season. So Velocity is very much the measuring stick of the other drivers at the moment, isn't he? Farf is second, and Farf could potentially be leading this championship by quite a big margin, really, as Stereo is making his debut tonight. Is retired from the session already. Oh goodness me, I always say that quite nonchalant, and I probably should have been, as a Stereo is already out. Oh, he's right on the... Oh my goodness me there. Oh gosh, we're in action straight away. He is in the middle of the course, and oh dear. So Stereo is out of this qualifying session already, and that is not a very good debut at all for the Alfa Romeo driver. What a shame there for Stereo Graham, and that is a huge dent now to the man's confidence, I'm sure, but that we'll come to that in just a minute as well, as Velocity is the first man to go over the grid hatchings to start his lap as well. We're 2 minutes into this qualifying session. Yeah, going back to the championship, far from potentially could have and probably should be a lot further ahead in the World Championship than what he is at the moment, isn't he? As he had problems with his tyres in Australia, didn't he? He took those medium tyres too far, and he was, I think, possibly overcautious in China, perhaps. Maybe he had a big old margin as well, didn't he? And then he careered into the side of Energetics, which probably cost him the win, didn't it, as well? As so yeah, maybe far bit. Is that Velocity there? Is probably a bit aggressive there, as he ran a bit wide there, and because of that he has had to invalidate his time there. So that's a shame indeed there for for Velocity, the World Championship leader, as Captain Infinity almost did the same now as well in the McLaren, but he is on his way nonetheless. And yeah, so far for a second in the championship. Then we've got Mike in third, then a cracking win in his third, cracking race win. I'm going quacker, is that not? Goodness me, it's all those quavers I've had today. But as you can see, he's coming into turn 12 as well. But yeah, Mike, his first race win of his career in ALR in Australia, wasn't it? And unfortunately, he's had a couple of difficult rounds, hasn't he? He was expecting big things in Vietnam. Vietnam was cancelled because Farf decided he couldn't be bothered that day. Of course, that's a joke. We unfortunately had some issues with the lobby there as well, as Captain Infinity goes fastest so far in the McLaren, but that is quickly eclipsed by Bradfield there, who has gone almost 2 seconds quicker, actually. Level 17, then Brandon is in second position in the racing point as well. So coming through thick and fast at the moment. Level 17 was a Haas is just starting a lap as well then. We got another racing point just coming through the final part of the course as well. It is Curly Red, who has done a 12 so far. I'm expecting bigger things out from Curly Red. Lucius, who had an incredible qualifying session in China, but once again, unfortunately, he just struggles to do a race this and done these. Lucius does. He's absolutely amazing in qualifying trim. In race trim, he just needs to learn to maybe get it to the end then. Fran is up into 5th position as well. Ayrton, of course, is off the back of an absolutely sensational Chinese Grand Prix for Ayrton as well, as he is in third position then. Troy, our first ever Swedish driver, is in third position. Lovely 17 Velocity, a second time of asking, is gone to third as well. Lovely stuff indeed there for the Williams driver. We got Mike, who's just on an outlap at the moment now, as he is just doing a lot of harvesting there. Renbo, she is out on track as well. We've also got Penguin, who I got to say was impressive in China, wasn't he, a week ago? And I'm expecting more big things then from the Penguin as well, as he comes across the line. Let's see what Penguin can do. Well, currently he's at full fast run behind his teammate. Interesting stuff there. So Rentbow was quicker. It was too quick for me on that occasion, because she is fastest there by 500ths of a second. No, 700ths of a second. Goodness me, I can't even count. But Rentbow is fast at the moment now. She is looking on it like a car bonnet here tonight, isn't she? Goodness me. Very good stuff indeed. Then Mike is on track as well. We've got Nunda out there as well. Bradfield is apparently still the fastest man out there, according to the graphic down there. But we'll leave him be, shall we? We'll just leave him have his day in the sun. Yes, anyway, going back to the Drivers' Championship, Mike is in third position. He's dropped down a couple of positions now. See, Energetics last time out race winner has propelled him up into fourth position. Lovely 17, the Gore is dropped down one position in the fifth, and of course the Gore is missing a few races, unfortunately, as he is trying to get his wheel sorted out. Nunda in sixth position. Nunda is actually a much more complete driver this season. We're on board of him in this race at the moment. Now he is up a position, and Curly Red down 2 positions. He is in at 7th position as it stands at the moment. Ayrton, an incredible Chinese Grand Prix, as we mentioned earlier on, up 4th position. Redbow is down in 9th position, and Penguin on his debut for the Ferrari is in 10th position as well. Newman also is moved up a couple positions while in the second McLaren, but unfortunately he's not racing here tonight. Newman isn't, which is a shame really, because I wanted to see what Newman's pace was here tonight. Nunda is going into second fast mode. Mike is on track as well. Oh, he isn't anymore then, because he's gone wide then, so we're going to keep an eye on what Energetics could do. It's very murky overhead at the moment, isn't it? Energetics has gone full fastest at the moment. I haven't heard anything about the rain yet though. We're on board with Mike once again then, and I've got to say that's a very nice looking helmet there from Mike. Of course, I think it's a Mikasala kind of helmet, isn't it? Of course, a bit of the light blue, isn't it? And now we're on board for him as well. Maybe even a bit of Mika Hakkinen-esque as well, isn't it? I do love a good fin, don't I? And I got to say, Hakkinen and Mikasala, definitely around my era as well. Of course, cannot forget the JJ Leto. I think that there was some statistics released, wasn't there, earlier on, about the fastest driver, wasn't it? And of course, the fastest fin, according to those statistics, was of course our very won the Finns, who only had ever one race win to his name, which was Heikki Kovalainen. I think he was who is that in the gravel? I just seen a Mercedes there who is off in the gravel, and it is Fran there, and I love his helmet as well, by the way, but Fran there is recovering, and is he damaged the wing now on that Mercedes? I think he's alright, but goodness me, I don't know how he got there. Wow, well, Fran there is continuing on there, getting those tyres there scrubbed at temperature, scrubbed off the dirt as well then. and Mike is 13 seconds up in the second sector. Our friend Bradfield is still fastest apparently, albeit it is Rentbo who is actually top in the timesheet, so Bradfield is always going to be sat now down right at the bottom there, isn't he? Lovely stuff indeed then. On board then with Mike Z, comes out of turn 14 as well. Let's see what we can do. This is the second bite of the cherry. He goes across the line and he is 5th fastest than the man who is 3rd in the World Championship at the moment. Lovely stuff indeed then. Sadistic King said, of course, he made his debut in gold, didn't he, a couple of days ago? Well, now he's back for more in the AlphaTauri. He's gone from one Italian team to another. He's gone from the very famous Ferrari to the not so famous AlphaTauri, but maybe more famous in their clothing brand then. But we'll find out then, because I got to say I've never heard of him. I don't think I got an AlphaTauri t-shirt. In the constructors, we're watching Kings just going down the back straight, and we're just going through the constructors. Well, Williams are leading the constructors at the moment. Of course, Williams are a very successful team in gold, aren't they? Of course, they're the defending constructors champions with Granty, aren't they? And Granty and Williams are partnering up for the 2nd season in a row. Brilliant stuff indeed there. Sadistic Kings is now coming out of turn 14 as well then. Let's see what that puts in before we continue on the constructors at World Championship, shall we? He comes across the line. He goes 11 fast. Lovely stuff indeed then. Oh, who is that? Oh, goodness me! Farf is causing all kinds of shenanigans over there, and I think that's in turn 5, isn't it? Wow, whatever the reason, oh my goodness me. His teammate Ardy is on track and but Farf, I gotta say, must have done a bit of a pirouette then. I do know Farf is definitely a man who does love a bit of pirouette and all that kind of stuff, doesn't he? But goodness me, maybe not on the track too much. And Ardy there taking a lot of speed into turn 11 and 12 then. Back to the construction. Talking of Ardy and Farf's team, Renault, they are second at the moment. They're 20 points adrift of Williams, who is setting the benchmark at the moment. So with Velocity and Nunda, they're making a very good team, aren't they, so far? And the constructors, as I said, they are top of the constructors. Renault have gone up 4 positions, and RDW has gone up into 15th at the moment. Brandon is improved by less than a tenth of a second there on his first attempt there as well. As RDW there, it looks like he's missed turn 1 then, and he's going to have another bite to the cherry as well. Far from board at the moment, and second in the World Championship. Let's enjoy this up then as I quickly go through the rest of the constructors as well, as I've been waffling away for never mind, Farf decides to put me on my place then. I've been waffling away for almost 10 minutes of the session. I sound gone through the the Constructors' Championship. Shame on me. Renault is second at the moment, and they're up 4 positions. Alfa Romeo is also up 4 positions. Well, they're into 3rd. Lovely stuff indeed. That great win last time out for Energetics. And of course, Alfa Romeo, the defending Constructors' Champions in bronze. 4th position is McLaren. They've dropped down 2. Ferrari have dropped down 1. AlphaTauri, the biggest losers last time out in the Constructors' Championship, they're down 3 positions. They're down to 6. Haas also down 1 in 7th as well. Mercedes is now up into 8th position, up 2 positions, and Racing Point is down 1, and Red Bull are bottom of the standings as it stands. And it's unfortunate, isn't it? Red Bull got a rich history in ALR's young career, hasn't it? Here comes Curly Red at the moment, and he's done a 12.9 at the moment there from the Racing Point driver. We just heard there that Racing Point are not very high up in the constructors, are they? Unfortunately, we haven't got Maz either, as he is also having some gremlins as well. I think he's got steering with. I think I might have crossed wires with Legore and Maz. Both of them have had a couple of gremlins, haven't they? Which is why they've got a couple of reserves in their place at the moment. And Farf is chilling out in the pits there. He's probably catching some sun on himself. Unfortunately, though, from Farf's point of view, he needs to get out there and get a lap in. Otherwise, he's going to be out of qualifying. Curly Red is currently in the position where it needs to be, in the drop zone at the moment. So you can see, lovely shot here of Brandon there. So you can see the Racing Points against where then we've just seen RDW being wheeled back in as well. Gooners in the drop zone along with RDW. We've also got Captain Infinity in there. Farf is in there as well, and also Stereogram making his debut. Unfortunately, is in the wall. And talking to Stereogram, he was in the comments earlier on there as he said hello from Stereogram. Velocity said, I predict rain then. It's looking very gloomy, isn't it? Goodness me. Gooner saying, evening everyone. Good evening, Gooner. Hope you're well. Emerson saying, evening bronze boys, cheering on my bro Ayrton, of course, and Curly Red too there with a fist bump. Love it. Velocity saying, no practice, let's go. Lovely stuff. And Becca Jones, evening lads. Good evening, Becca. Hope you're well. I was going to call her Rebecca then. Of course, that is not her name, as I found out on FIFA. We're just watching a Farf come across the line as well, and he's starting us off as well. So let's go on board with the man who's second in the championship, second Tom Vaskin. Well, third Tom Vaskin really is that. It's now he comes out of turn 1 then, as turn 1's called Tarzan. And that's the only turn I know. Bailey Smith has just said, evening campers, good evening Bailey. And Farf's already invalidated this time, so Farf's going to have to go around again. Goodness me, Farf is putting a lot of pressure on himself in this qualifying session, isn't he? Goodness gracious me. I think Farf has been camping, Andy, I'm sure he has. As Bailey was alluding to, as he loves a bit of camping. We got Dan saying, evening lads and lass, word of advice, don't get pole, it's not worth it. Me and Milan showed that. Yeah, a very good point now. As it's a Farf getting an awful lot of opposite lock there, isn't he? Goodness me, he's like wrestling the ball out there, isn't he? Or an octopus, as Martin Brundle says, doesn't he? Goodness me. So Farfar is this is a very messy old lap, isn't it, from Farfar? I think that he just needs to clear his head, doesn't he, and get and have another bite of the cherry, so to speak, doesn't he? He's only got 5 minutes to get himself sorted out, doesn't he? So he's going to have another go now. So Farf car 15 and out. Oh my goodness me! And I gotta say, if Farf don't need to change his trousers, I might certainly will, because goodness me, I gotta say, I got a bit too hard there. And Farf's tires are screaming. He's having a mare out there, the man who's second in the world championship. Oh dear, oh dear. And Farf is that this is not a very good day for the man who's second in the road, is it, for Farf? I think he's getting a bit excited out there, or a bit frustrated. I think it might be one of the two there from Farf. I know he's got to dust his overalls off, doesn't he? As Milan is asked who's down, of course I think that is Infamous Pillar. So yeah, Milan and Infamous Pillar's got pole position in the last 2 races of gold and silver here. That doesn't make one iota, does it? And remember, Ghost was 11th on the grid as well. Velocity has gone fast as he has displaced Rentbo by 200 seconds. I've got to say, Rentbo is looking very fabulous out there at the moment, isn't she? Goodness me. I got to say, the front, look at the times in the top 5. I probably should have directed that a bit earlier on, but there I am. I'm not very professional at all, am I? But I got to say, that is absolutely incredible, isn't it? A 9.7, a 9.7, a 9.7, a 9.7 and a 9.7, all within a tenth of each other. Goodness me, now you can't separate them, can you? Put a cigarette paper between them and that's how close they are. Or I'm trying to figure something a bit smaller, maybe a bit of paper, maybe one of your bills, I don't know. Do they do them on paper anymore? I don't know, it's all electronic, isn't it, really? I'm trying to figure something thin, but unfortunately I can't say that I'm thin, because let's just say I'm as big as the Grand Canyon, especially when I breathe out. As Captain and Finish at the moment is in 18th position. When we've just had someone move up a couple of positions. I think that was Nunda, who is now in 15th position at the moment. Then Artie Wee has actually moved up to 12th, and I apologise to Artie Wee. I took his thunder away from him there, didn't I, the Renault driver? 69, he is in 12th position. Oh, lovely 17. Farf is back in the pits there with 3 minutes to go. Ayrton is on track at the moment. He's a 10th for a second up in the first intermediate split there. Nunda is on track as well. There's a lot of action out there. And Artie, oh no! Artie Wee, that is just putting a fantastic time. It's now out of qualifying, and that is 2 gone already in this session. Oh goodness me, and oh gosh, I can also hear myself as well, and that is absolutely appalling, isn't it? Oh gosh, that's awful. Yeah, so Artie Wee is out of qualifying. Even if he does qualify 15th, that's it. No T-cars in Formula 1 anymore these days. I think a lot of the drivers would be wishing that there was T-cars. Ayrton comes across the line. He improves to 9th fastest in the Mercedes. Good stuff there from Ayrton. Energetics, the man who won last time, has really struggled in this season so far. Energetics, and he's around! He's around this one, and he has sprinted. That shows that the track is not in a very optimal condition, is it? Goodness me. And Energetics is around as well. Farf, now it's the 3rd time for asking for Farf. 3rd time's a charm now for the Renault driver. Energetics has done 3 laps on those tyres there. Fran is also visiting the beach as well, as he's just coming back out of the kitty litter. We got Nunda, who's a 10th for a second, then on the first split time as well, and as he flies through the first part of the course. Lovely stuff indeed then, as you can see, coming into the long right-hander, then not taking too much curb there. Nunda's at the moment. He is 5 miles per second down. 005 there. He's not 007 quite yet, but he does have a license to thrill. Lovely stuff indeed. Oh, he's going a bit wide there, but Nunda is definitely carrying a lot of speed. Mike has retired from the session. I love these overhead shots. It looks absolutely beautiful, doesn't it? And we got a little lake there as well as that before. Absolutely lovely. 2 tenths a second down. Nunez in the second sector. That's not really where he needs to be. Is it? Brandon is now really on it as well. We're on board with Brandon. Renbo's retired, but she is through and into qualifying too. But it looks this has a lot of track evolution out there. Brandon is currently giving it his all, and why shouldn't he? Of course, Brandon doing a cracking job. He's 16th for the moment. And can he get himself into the top 15? That is the aim of this qualifying session, is to get yourself into the top 15. We're just watching watching Brandon, who's 8100 a second up there. That is enough at the moment to get him through, because Sadistic Kings is only 400 a second in front of him at the moment. There's Brandon has gained that time in just the second intermediate alone. Farf is on track as well, but Farf is coming up behind some traffic. Here comes Brandon. He's coming out of the final turn as well. Is he going to improve? He is. He's up to 13th. Brandon is lovely stuff indeed. Then Ayrton's retired from the session as well. From Statistics is 7,300 a second up. Camaro is out of qualifying, but he should be through. Yes, he is. He's in 6th position mode. Lovely stuff indeed then. And we've also got Gunnar out on track as well. He's 2 tenths of a second up Gunnar. So we've got also Farf behind him as well. But before we even think about Farf, we need to think about Sadistic Kings. Is he going to improve? He does. He does have the 30th position. What about Gunnar? No, we got to look at Farf first. Farf finally puts a lap in. He is 10th fastest. Farf has really put himself under pressure. Gunnar is in 18th position at the moment, but can he get himself through? Stereo's out of qualifying. Captain Infinity's out as well. Same with Hardy Weed. Noonda's out of qualifying. Goodness me, I wasn't expecting that. What about Gunnar? He is in 13th position. Good stuff there from Gunnar. And unfortunately, he has relegated Brandon back down into 16th position. But good attempt there from Brandon. I've got to say, that's very impressive there from the Racing Pool driver. Lovely stuff indeed then. So that's the end of qualifying one, everyone, and goodness me, that qualifying session went by very quickly indeed there. I could hardly keep up, which is not a surprise really, because I struggle to speak at the best of times. So when they're going fast and furious, goodness me, it feels like watching Vin Diesel and all them guys, isn't it? As now he comes through turn at 12 as well. Let me go back to the comments then. Sam is saying, evening, good evening Sam. Emerson, don't be racing for Ayrton, pal. Well, I think that Ayrton is defending Ayrton for him, and I think he was fantastic in China, really was there. But yes, of course, that is the running joke, is that the Hilton seem to swap each other, swap places for each other, don't they? I got to say, I'm not sure who's been racing for Ayrton so far this season, but he's really been below par, hasn't he? Of course, it's so it is about the new game, isn't it? I'm wondering if Ayrton's just trying to get his heels in. Having said that, though, Emerson, I should say, but having said that, though, Emerson has had incredible one-lap pace. He just hasn't been able to put it all together, has he? Emerson hasn't. But that is a gold problem for a Sunday. This is Tuesday. We should be focusing on Ayrton and the rest of the bronze guys, which we will be doing in a jiffy as well. But let me go back to the comments as well. Bram has said I think he's happy for Penguin. Yes, and I'm happy for Penguin as well. George Sargent saying Bronze has some high expectations to live up to. We've also got Gordo saying I could watch the football or ALR. Obviously, I'm going to watch ALR. Lovely stuff indeed. Then I don't even know if football's on tonight. Of course, if Liverpool weren't playing, then there's no football, is there? Haha. Of course, I am a Liverpool fan. Yes, I am probably the worst of the worst there. As now, we're probably going to lose a lot of viewers there after I admitted that. I apologise. Brandon now coming into the final turn now as well, as he is just doing a couple more laps, and he is unfortunately out of qualifying, and we'll just confirm the bottom 5 in just a jiffy as well as he comes across the line then. Also Ayrton saying hello Sean, hello Ayrton. We've got P saying morning lads then, or afternoon or evening depending on where you are in the world then. Ayrton saying no rain for this session and none for the race as well. I gotta say, in terms of rain though, it looks very moody out there, doesn't it? Goodness me, it looks like the mood I was in earlier on today. But I gotta say, we had rain last time out yesterday in the race, and we also had a bit of flurry of rain in gold, didn't we? So the rain hit us just after the race finished in gold and silver as well. It rained, but not enough for the intermediate tyres. But it did cause an incredible fight to the end there, didn't it? So I wonder if we might have expected a slight bit of rain, if not too much then. Darren is saying good luck guys. We've also got Gordon saying fun fact, JJ Leto got Sauber's first hour points there with 5th position. Yes he did. I think it was in 93, wasn't it? Because that was Sauber's first ever season, wasn't it? And JJ Leto there was driving the Sauber team way back when, wasn't it? 1993. Goodness me. Anyway, going back to 2020, out of qualifying hysteria. Unfortunately we haven't seen much of the debutant here tonight, have we? As all we've seen of him is his car strewn across the track there, unfortunately. Captain Infinity is in 19th. Ardy Wee is down in 18th. Nunda 17th. I wasn't expecting that. And Brandon with a cracking effort in 16th position as well. And it was just less than a 10th between himself and Sadistic Kings of getting through or not getting through. And as we've also got George Sargent saying, everyone loves a helmet there. God, sure, keep it PG. I always keep it clean, everyone. I always keep it clean then. But everyone does know I do love a good helmet. We're coming, Tommy saying, good luck, Bronze. Tommy had a cracking race last night, didn't he? We've also got Gordo as well. Turn 1 is called Tarzan. Counter 1 then. I'm still waiting for the weekly Velocity has retired quality message. I think we had one there, but I don't think, but luckily I don't think he was in the wall, was he? Or he wasn't in the hedge this time around, was he? Bradfield is still I think he's very proud of his 1 minute and 9 there, isn't he? Bradfield is. That is being displayed loud and proud at the bottom of the camera there, isn't he? Goodness me. That's been there for a very long time. So, yeah, he's a very happy man about that, isn't he? Right, we're into qualifying too, everyone. And we are about 30 seconds into this as well. We'll talk about strategy in just a few moments. Why are you, you might be wondering, why am I talking about strategy? Have I gone senile in my old age? Yes, but I've been senile now for several years. We're talking about strategy in qualifying because if anyone who's new to this and probably want to know what's going on, anyone who knows about the Formula 1 inside and out will know this already, but I do apologise, guys. But of course we do have new viewers watching all the time, don't we? And we want to keep them involved and up to date. And of course, if you don't know what's going on there, it's not very enjoyable. As I found out the past Saturday and Sundays, I had no idea what was going on in IndyCar qualifying. As I knew it was something about average speed and all that kind of stuff. I was completely confuddled. Yes, but in this qualifying 2 session, then we are aiming to lose another 5 cars. This time it's 11th down to 15th. Then that is the grid set for 11th to 15th for the race coming up in just a jiffy as well. Then we're about half an hour away from the race. And then anyone who's in the top 10 must start on the tires, which they set their fastest time on. That's why you see on the left-hand side tower we have softs and mediums out there at the moment. How do we know that? Of course, the soft tire is the red stripe marked tire, which you can see that Velocity is on at the moment, and the man who's winning the championship at the moment now. But we've only had 4 rounds so far. Medium tire is the yellow stripe tire, and of course the hardest, the most durable tire is the white stripe hard tire. Velocity there coming into turn 4 or 5 as well. I don't even know the numbers around here. As we've got yellow flags, so I've got to keep an eye on the yellow flags as we've had 2 incidents already in this qualifying session. Velocity there getting a bit too greedy on track. Oh goodness me, straight line that, didn't he? And Velocity has thrown away his first lap there, hasn't he? I'm wondering if he was just getting a bankering, because I'm wondering if he wants to go on to those soft tires then. But we'll find out, as we've got a Mercedes then who is just getting out of the way, I think, and a good hustle there. We're just watching Penguin as well, who is in the first section now then. And we've also got a Renault there. As Farf is out there straight away, as he doesn't want to be under any additional pressure there, does he, from the Renault driver. And as we've also got Good saying, at least I wait until the race out. Good stuff indeed then. And really lovely stuff there. Sorry, just taking a look as we've also got a couple of lols going on in the chat there as well. Sorry, I was trying to keep up. I am so far behind the Troy has gone faster, the first ever Swedish ALR race participant in who's now leading the charge at the moment in the Haas. Penguin's gone second fastest on the soft tires. I have a feeling there's a lot of sandbagging going on around here. I know there's a beach somewhere around here, isn't there? I think it's over just side of that other wall, isn't it? I gotta say, it looks like a beach in that gravel, isn't it? We do love a bit of a good old gravel trap, don't we? I gotta say, I do love it, as it makes this track very more difficult to drive, isn't it? Where you definitely, it's not about track limits, is it? It's also about make sure you don't lose as much time, because if you go into the gravel trap, you're going to be stuck in there an awful lot longer than if you slide into one of those big old car parks like it is in Bahrain or Abu Dhabi. Lucius coming through the final turn as well then. Turn 14, that is the bank. Turn 14, Lucius goes second fastest, once again underlining his creds when it comes to qualifying. Single lap pace for Lucius is absolutely impeccable, isn't it? He's won the best. Here comes Renbo. She is second fast. I've got to say, Renbo's looking very impressive here at this stage, isn't she? Magnificent stuff. Here comes Velocity, and of course this time last week he's doing much better time than he is last week there for Velocity, as unfortunately he was already a spectator at this stage, wasn't he? As he was joining me on the gantry, or on the sidelines I should say, as a camera racer that is on board from now. There's a Ferrari going quite slow there. That's Lucius there. Good awareness there from Lucius there. You have to literally go all the way off the track. It's so narrow, isn't it? Which is why we've had some action-packed opening 2 rounds around here in gold and in silver as well. And it was a brilliant stuff indeed, wasn't it, from both those 2 leagues. I'm expecting more of the same again here tonight. Camera racer then on the second DRS straight. There is 2 around here. This is not a very good straight, is it, really, for overtaking? There has been some action around there, hasn't there? And of course the other DRS straight is on the start-finish straight as well. As Bram saying, come on Penguin, you're the best driver of this league. Then I gotta say, Penguin's debut was brilliant, wasn't he? He had some great battles of action as well. Penguin at the moment is currently 5th fastest, but I don't think he showed his proper hand, has he yet? Or proper flipper. Has a Penguin got a flipper? I don't know. Whereas again, just a terrible attempt there of humour, isn't it? Here comes Bradfield. In front is I was going to say a Renault then. Goodness me, that's nothing like a Renault, is it? A Haas car in front of us. Bradfield coming out of the final turn as well. Is he going to lose the slipstream? No, because that Haas has gone into the pits. I think that was Troy. Bradfield goes 8th fastest. Bradfield's been impressive, hasn't he? This season, I feel, been very impressive indeed. Then Ayrton's out on track. We've also got Velocity back out, having another bite of the cherry as well. As Dan has said, that's an unpopular opinion there, Bram. I gotta say, I like opinions there, and of course, every opinion does matter, doesn't it? Really, as Curly Red has just jumped up into 6th position. Lovely stuff indeed. Then Energetics is an incredible driver in here as well, as is of course the championship leader Velocity, and of course I think it's bronze is incredible, isn't it? It's very much nip and tuck, and silver as well. The landscape has changed slightly from silver, hasn't it? We had 3 wins there for Dan Murphy, and then all of a sudden, the last 2 races, he's been a bit at sea, hasn't he? He did not podium in China, and then last night, goodness me, he was at the lower engines of the point, wasn't he? After in some packed race for the man who's leading the championship in silver. In bronze, said, of course, the man who's leading the championship hasn't even won a race yet, has he? It's been very much about consistency, has he? Velocity has been on has been on the podium, I should say, in every single event so far, which is why he's leading it. It's all about consistency, isn't it? Ayrton there taking a bit dipping his wheel on the dirt there, isn't he? And I thought he was going to be going into the sea in the accident. Total Pete saying Velocity must be the favourite. I'm loving this stuff indeed there. As George Sargent saying a questionable statement there as well. I'm loving it. Really good stuff indeed then. As Dan is saying that Guder's pulled his finger out. He is, isn't he? Guder is of course, technically is the most experienced driver in ALR history because he's been here since the 2nd race in Bahrain of season 1. Goodness me, man. We can't get rid of him. He's like part of the furniture these days, isn't he, Gunnar? Goodness me. But yeah, fantastic stuff for Gunnar. And of course, he has been ever present, hasn't he? And he was a gold driver, wasn't he, for such a long time. And he decided to cut down to bronze. And I feel that that's a very good decision for Gunnar. And maybe he'll enjoy his race some more. Ayrton currently 11th fast at the moment as well. Velocity is quick in the 2nd sector. Gunnar is just about to finish off the 1st sector as well. Here comes the championship leader now, which is Velocity. Let's see what he does, and he comes through turn 14. We're on board there with the Williams driver there, and a lovely helmet there. It looks a bit like Tiger King, doesn't it? I don't really know Tiger King too much, to be fair. I'm just trying to be cool. Velocity is 6th fast smoke. Lovely stuff. Farfar's back out on track as well. Again, Farfar is really causing himself additional problems here, isn't he? As once again then, with 7 minutes on the board, he hasn't put a time on the board. We're on board Gunnar at the moment then. Oh my goodness me, Gunnar lighting up the rear there. Oh my goodness me there. Again, a bit too trigger happy there, isn't he? Those rear tyres are going to be screaming hot now, isn't he, for Gunnar? He comes out of 14 then. Let's see what the Irishman can do then. He's on the medium tyres, Gunnar is, and he's setting very competitive time, Gunnar is. Goodness me there. He's definitely, as Dan said there, he's definitely pulling his finger out. Goodness me, indeed there. F1 League is saying that Farf is the favourite. I got to say, that's a very I agree with that statement as well, really, because Favre possibly could have and should have been on the podium in all 3 events as well, but he has in Australia had a tyre failure, in China maybe he was too overcautious and it came up behind Velocity and Energetics and lost his wing, didn't he, on the back of Energetics, didn't he? It was a bit of a misjudgment there on a Farf. Camera Racer's gone fastest on the soft tyres there, and so he's not playing about it. He's straight on there, straight away on those soft tyres, and Camera is set the fastest time. Lovely stuff indeed then, as just taking a quick look then down as well. As Farf is just said my rear end, and I'm not sure if he's talking about his rear end on his car or the rear end of somewhere else then, but I'm sure that Farf, you have a lovely rear end. Camera Racer is just coming back into the pits now. Bradfield is back out on track as well, and he is pushing there another lap then on these medium compound tyres then. As just taking a look down there, Marcus Rashford said hi. As hello Marcus, hope you're well indeed today. As just taking a look down as well. Goodness me, you guys have been very talkative in your comments there. I'm not going to read all of them out there, as God save us, I'm going to be just talking about your comments rather than about the racing. Great, goodness gracious me then. Anyway then, as just on board then with Bradfield, he's a 10th for second up. Farfar just seen a message about Farf sandbagging. Well, he's got a second lap in, second bite of cherry. He has gone fast as now Farfar. He had a very difficult first qualifying session. The second qualifying session, much better indeed there from the man who's second in the World Championship. Bradfield has slipped out of the top 10 now. Let's see if he can get himself back in there. Sadistic Kings is in front of him. Not anymore though. Bradfield is up in the 9th position. Curdy Red down into 10th as well. Mike is on a lap as well, and on the medium compound tyres Mike is. And there's a lot of question marks about strategy and things like that. You can't really take too much from gold and silver because they were such chaotic races with safety cars. We've had 100% safety car rate in all of ALR races so far around here, haven't we? And I expect the same again here tonight as well. Mike is now coming through. Oh, he had a snuff of oversteer there, didn't he? He had to correct the car, and and that's the perils of this circle, isn't it? Mike would have gone on to the if he did that in Abu Dhabi, as I said earlier on, he just would have gone on to the car park, wouldn't he? Of course, there's gravel around here now. Good old-fashioned gravel, which is what we like to see, isn't it? And unfortunately, though, from Mike's point of view, he might not be too impressed with that, and unfortunately, he's going to have to give it another bite of the cherry, isn't he? But yeah, so Mike's going to have to go around again. Apologies, I'm not really hating on Abu Dhabi. I'm just saying that probably give us a good old gravel trap. It makes it a bit more interesting, don't it? So at the moment, Mike is just dusting himself off and going around again. We're on board Mike at the moment. Then we got a couple of outlaps now. We got a couple of drivers in the pits as well. Just 3 3/4 minutes to go in this qualifying session. Then, and just as Gord is saying, the Farf isn't sandbagging. Well, he just popped in to first position. A good time indeed there. We got Carlos Alberto is watching from Brazil. Hello, Brazil. I should say hello, Carlos. I hope you're having a lovely time out in Brazil. I think Brazil isn't Brazil behind us. I think here we go. This is my appalling attempt at world time again. But I'm sure because Brazil is usually on 5 o'clock in the afternoon, isn't it? So when we're watching it from our living rooms, so I think Brazil at this moment in time is probably about midday, isn't it? So yep. I hope you're having a good lunch, Carlos. And apologies if I got that wrong, but there you go, indeed. Then so just on board at the moment. Lovely stuff indeed. As F1 League is saying that my quality has been worse than a conference player. Oh goodness me, that's very harsh on yourself, my good man. Just dust yourself off and get yourself back out there, my good man. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. So just now on board. Then no, we ain't. We're just watching Mike as well. So I'm just taking a look in the chat as well. Then, but yep, you're all having a great old chit chat there, and I love it. I will not get involved just yet because I think they're talking about strategy, and that goes above my head because I am absolutely useless on strategy. Here comes Mike. He wasn't useful strategy. Remember his win in Australia. Fantastic. Here he comes across the line. He goes 9th fast. He's in the perilous zone there, isn't he? Well above velocity. He is teasing us. He is back in the pits then as well. Penguin's done 4 laps on these soft tyres. I don't think that's right, is it? That can't be right because he's going to have to start the race on those 5-lap old soft tyres. That is not going to be good at all. Camera Racer is also on track at the moment. Well, the Sadistic King said he is 8400 a second and down on his personal best then. Yellow flags are fluttering. Oh, he's in the wall. He's in the wall then. The back end stepped out. He's currently safe. No, yeah, the Sadistic Kings is not safe at the moment, and it's at the end for Statistics. I hope not, because I'll be such a shame. And Rentbow as Ayrton has gone fastest there on a 096. He should be safe there. I think that I've seen someone jump up a couple of positions as well. I'm not sure who that was actually. As Penguin has just got out of the way as well. Camera Racer has gone fastest. I don't know where I am at the moment, but he's a whisker in front of Ayrton there by 300 of a second as well. Goodness me. Really good stuff indeed there. Frank coming across the line as well. He goes 6 faster in the Mercedes. Lovely, lovely jubbly indeed there from Fran. And Penguin is on. I don't think that's right for Penguin. We're going to ignore him for the minute. So I do apologise to Penguin. I don't like to ignore the Penguin, but we must do it at the moment because I don't think that the telemetry is right on his car. Here comes Curly Red. Let's see what he can do. Let's hopefully the telemetry is good on Curly's car. It's beautiful. He is full fast at the moment there in the racing point. and that should be safe as well. We've got less than a minute to go. Goodness me, it's been flying through. Fran there is in 7th position. Penguin is going for it again. Then Lucius is out of qualifying. He is very much in the perilous zone. He's in the danger zone. What about Gunnar? Gunnar is just starting to stop. He's going a bit squirty. His rear end is quite as light as a feather there, isn't it? Goodness me, I wish my rear end was... Oh, and Mike there is off the track there, isn't he? And, well, I think that's turn 11 and 12, isn't it? I think it is, Mike is. So, unfortunately, he is out of this qualifying session by the looks of that. Well, he's got 20 seconds to get to the line. Then Bradfield is now in 13th position as well, but he's got another chance, another bite of the cherry. Farf is 4/10 of second down, but Farf should be safely through as well. Fran is on Fran is on track as well. Penguins and 6 ups on those hard tires. I'm not sure if I believe that. I don't believe it. I can't believe it. I won't believe it. But maybe I'm wrong, but we'll find out in a minute. But Penguin, who was incredible in China, he's a 10th for a second down, Penguin is. And now we've got Troy, who's at 97 second down as well. Velocity is, oh goodness me, Velocity just making it, but there's a Renault in front of him at 5, and is that going to cost her? Velocity, we're on board with Velocity right at the moment then. Bradfield, 3/10 second on as well. Gunnar is 2 seconds down, and I think that this might be the end of the day for Gunnar. It is the end of the day for Gunnar, unfortunately. Mike is out qualifying as well, and the Sadistic Kings is apparently only on a outlap as well. And now we're on board then with Bradfield. Then yellow flags is fluttering at the end, at the latter part of the course. Then on board with Bradfield. Velocity's just retired. The champion is out. The championship leader, I should say, is out of qualifying. Bradfield then, is he going to knock Lucius out? He does knock Lucius out, and he is now in fastest first spot mode. Statistics there is 14th fastest mode as well. I think I'm all at sea, and I think I am. Renbo is 3 seconds down as well. She is. Oh, she's also invalidated her lap as well, but I think she is through. Apparently Statistics is still allowed to go out there. I'm all confused, so I'm just going to scratch my head like I normally do. Just having a quick look as well in the old comments as well. Farf is out on softs there, and there we go as well then. Quite as yeah, it's been a difficult qualifying session as well. Gabriel is I hope that, oh, is it Gabriel? I think it's Gabriel said, what league is this? Looks awesome. And yeah, I think and he's also saying a great commented as well. Thank you, my good man. I gotta say, I just talk a lot of nonsense, but of course this is ALR Advanced League Racing, and we do have a website as well. If you want to join up, then go to, goodness me, then, oh my goodness me, it's getting very hair and scare in 11 and 12, isn't it? Goodness gracious me. If you want to join up for ALR, or just want to be involved in the drivers chat and all that kind of stuff, then go to www.advancedleagueracing.com then, and at the top right hand corner is the join ALR button as well then, and then you can fill in all your details, and that's how you join. And yep, yes, and I hope I'll see you on track then sooner or later as well. And goodness me, then we have a fluctuate of drivers lately, aren't we? Goodness me, I can't keep count. It's a good job I'm not a driver admin, because I'd be absolutely useless. I gotta say, I don't even know what my name is most of the time, let alone anyone else's. Bradfield is the fastest in this qualifying session. Gunnar, unfortunately, is out of qualifying. Mike and Velocity is as well. So is Sadistic King and Lucius. Goodness me, there's a lot of big names that is out of that qualifying session in Q2 then. Goodness me. So just taking a quicker look as well. Emerson is saying there's a glitch, Sean. Let's let you do a lap even though the session has ended. Oh, I'm sure someone told me that actually, but I'm going to act surprised anyway. Oh my goodness me, Emerson, that is news to me. But to be honest, yeah, I'm sure I've heard that before. Well, let's hope that that's not the case then as well, because that'll be a bit rubbish really. That track is not looking in good condition at all there. On board Gunnar then. Unfortunately, this is the last time we're going to see Gunnar in qualifying, but don't worry, Irish fans, he'll be back in action in the not too distant future. Nunda is back in the session. I didn't even see him leave, to be honest. Anyway, let's take a quick look at the final classification from qualifying 2 then. There's a lot of guys that was very interested in the medium tire side. They wasn't keen on the softs, were they? And that might be the reason why we've lost a couple of big names in this qualifying 2 session. Gunnar out qualifying, Statistics, Mike, Velocity and Lucius all out of qualifying 2. Into qualifying 3 then we go in just a minute. Then we got about half the grid on soft tires and half on medium. I'm loving that. a proper split strategy. That's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? And I think Rembo underlining her incredible pace here tonight. Really fantastic 17. Penguin's on the soft tyres, and apparently he's done 6 laps on those soft tyres. He's going to be at sea in the first opening couple of laps then as well. There's thanks, buddy, there from Gabriel. No problem, my good man. There. I hope you. I look forward to see you soon. As a great 17 there. Thanks for your interactions there on Facebook, YouTube, and anywhere else that we are at the moment, which I don't think we are anywhere else. And if we are, I can't read your comments because I've run out of devices to watch. Anyway, we're now into qualifying 3 then. We are about 5 seconds into qualifying 3, and I'd like your opinions on who is going to get pole position then for the first race in Holland then for bronze then. At the moment then, the qualifying stats looks like this then. We've had a pole position there for Energetics. We've had a pole position for Total Peace and a pole position for Farf. And I gotta say, out of all those people who've had pole position, they have never won a race so far. I remember the statistic which I read out earlier on in this session, is that so whoever's been on pole position this week at this event has not won the race, have they? So that was Pillars, and of course it was also Milan as well. Both of them on pole position. None of them finishing very high up the order indeed. Then so pole position doesn't mean a lot around here at the moment, does it? But that's not going to stop these guys from going for pole, are they? They're not going to stop themselves from going for bronze there. As this is going to get very interesting. Their velocities get taken out in lap 1 again. Their velocities. He's feeling very confident, isn't he? Emerson saying, "Come on, Ayrton," and Curly there with also a muscle emoji as well. Blair's is saying, well. A great couple of drivers there as well. My favourite of that, I have to say, is Yuji Ide. I loved Ide. He was great. 4 races, and then his super license got revoked. So I gotta say, he's has to be officially the worst driver in F1 history, doesn't he? Taki Nui never got his license revoked, did he? He did get hit by the medical car, didn't he, in Hungary, which I gotta say is quite funny. And I think he also had a bizarre accident in Monaco as well, which could have been very scary indeed. But Taki Nui is on Twitter these days, and he's quite a funny man. Actually, I do enjoy watching reading some of Taki's Twitter comments. And I am quite new to the old Twitter game. I do try and tweet here and there, but I'm gonna say I'm not a very good bird. As we're just watching now, Jesse said coming through Tarzan and accelerated away as well. And this is first attempt, and they're all on soft tires. Looking at the inside. I love watching Energetics because I just love the lockups there. That's why I enjoy Gurman as well, and people like that. I just love the tires are locking up there. And of course, as the experts say, under rotated the tire, don't they? Of course, we do love a good lockup. And the judges are floating into the first sector there, 30.3 to start them off, and that is the benchmark then. That is the time that these guys have all got to aim for. Energetics has been on pole position before, as has Farfen. Only 2 men have been on pole position in this session from bronze so far. Then are we going to get a new pole here tonight again? That's what I'm learning about bronze this year. It's all new, isn't it? It's all new indeed there. And another, that's a huge lock up there. And I've got to say, Maya flat spotted that tyre there. It's going to be vibrating, isn't it? And I've got to say, I hope you haven't got any fillings there. They'll be rattling out of place then through turn 14 as well. Then all he's got to do is just put his toe down and drive it to the line. Then let's see what he can do then. And he comes and he gets faster so far. 0.97 there. Lovely stuff indeed then. What about Camera Racer? He's been great so far this weekend, hasn't he? He's brilliant. He is now 2 times a second in front, and he is on pole position. What about Farf? Farf is invalidated this time then, so he's going to have to go around again. What about Penguin? Penguin is also going to start his lap as well. And so that's unfortunate as well. Then what about as we got Troy, the first ever Swedish driver. He is up into a fastest so far. Love himself. He is on provisional pole position. I love it indeed. Then Bradfield out on track as well in the DR7 Renbo. She is attacking as well. This is great stuff indeed. Then Bradfield there clipping the curbs there in turn 12 and 11. Then accelerating away, not taking too much curve even then, and now accelerating away 13 as well. Doesn't want to take too much of the outside curve. He's got a lot of table on the table. He's got a lot of time on the table there, hasn't he? For Bradfield, and he comes out to the line as well. Let's see what he does. He is still second, Bradfield. Red Bull's invalidated her time. That's it. She's going to have to go around again, unfortunately. And is she coming in the pits? She is coming into the pits there and abandoning that lap as well. Farf is just about to finish this up as well. I think Penguin is behind him as well. Yes, there he is. Farf, who was on pole position last time out in China. And let's see then, can he get 2 for 2 here in bronze and out of the final turn? And Farf currently 4 points away from the championship leader, and Velocity, who's currently out of qualifying, he's only 5th so far. Penguin is fastest in the Ferrari. It's only his 2nd appearance in bronze, and he's looking he's looking fantastic, isn't he? And as Ayrton there is on the short back straight as well then. Now breaking, he's gone purple in the second sector. He's done a 48.3. That's a very competitive time indeed. Then we've got a car in front of us at the moment. Now it's Fran, his teammate. There's Frank getting out of the way. He's on an outlap at the moment. Now it looks like he's got no end plate there on that Mercedes, has he? Fran and Ayrton's gone wide there, and that's a shame now for Ayrton. That's a big shame as well. Then that's a Renault of Farfler just visiting the scenery there, isn't he? Curly Red there is on his way then in the racing point or tracing point or Pink Panther, Pink Mercedes. Goodness me, they have a lot of nicknames, don't they? And just on board at the moment then, as Darren is saying Becca should have 2 sets of softs, so should be fine now. Yeah, I think that Becca should be alright there. Of course, Rent Bowl, that is, as she has saved a set of soft tires, but probably would like to get a banker in, wouldn't she? Same with Ayrton and Fran as well. What about Curly though? He is coming out of 12 as well. Let's see what he can do then, as in the final stage of this as well, as Gordo is saying Maldonado 4th and Inoue 5th then in terms of the top 5 all-time drivers. We have also got we're now coming up to the line, and Curly Red is 7th fast run. He is the slowest of the runners who have set a time so far, and Penguin once done some 3 laps there on these soft tires. Penguin, I've got to say, I reckon he has to. I reckon that Pirelli is charging him an absolute fortune on tires, so he's saving a lot, isn't he? Penguin is, but once again, I'm not sure if I agree with that or not. Then, but there you go. I might be reading into that a bit too much then, and Penguin might be just really confident on his pace then. Well, the first sector then, he's 1700s up then, he's very much on the limit. Penguin is at the moment. Let's go aboard the Ferrari driver then, who of course made his debut last time out in China there. Of course he's been promoted up to the Ferrari seat, hasn't he? Penguin has, and he's really set some waves alight, didn't he, in China? Let's see what he can do here again tonight as well. Buzz, the Ferrari driver now coming into 11 and 12 there. DRS there, DRS has now been deactivated, going into 11 now, almost into 12, and that was lovely done indeed. And the yellow flags in front of us then, that is one of the Haas drivers. I think that is they're both out on track, so I don't know who it is then. Through the final turn, the Penguin is as well. Car 9 and flies out the final turn, and he is in the pits, and Penguin is so teasing me. He is teasing me, goodness me then. So he's coming back into the pits now as well, as I quickly move my legs. I'm getting cramp in my knee. Ooh, gosh, I need to really find a better seating position, really, don't I? As I'm now in a very uncomfortable position. But of course, Cry Me a River, as Justin Timberlake would sing. No, it's Timberlake, isn't it? Not Timberland. Timberland's boots, isn't it? I don't know really. I'm trying that cool and be down with the cool guys, but I'm really not. Renbo then is flying into the first sector as well. First sector time at 30.1 there. Goodness me, indeed. Lights said hello, Ginger. Hello, Lights. I hope you're well. Indeed, of course, Lights the first hour race win on Sunday in of course this racetrack as well. Renbo a bit slow on DRS there slightly. Is that going to affect it coming down the back straight as well? Then 48.2 there in the second intermediate split in time indeed then, and now accelerating away. Rembrandt, I'm wondering if this is just a banker just to make sure that she's got something to fall back on if anything untoward happens in the final stage of qualifying as well. Out of the final turn then, and let's see then what Rembrandt can do then. We're on board there with the Haas driver, and she goes second fastest. My goodness me, the Haases are on fire, isn't they, at the moment? Goodness me, they are flat out at the moment. Troy is out on track as well at the moment. He's a 10th for a second up in the second sector. Car 14 then. The Haas team are looking incredibly good indeed then. Through final turn as well, and Troy is out at 14 then, on board then with the Swede driver, and he is a super Swede, isn't he? 091 there, and that's 3/10 of a second in front. Troy is lowering the benchmark here. What about Fran? He hasn't set a time yet. I love that helmet, by the way. That's a cracking helmet indeed then. And now in the Mercedes set as well, as he is into the second. He's in turn 10 as well then, isn't he? As he's coming down there. There's Gordo is having a bit of an issue there. If it's spacebar, bro, looks in the old comments of YouTube. Turn 12 as well then. As of course there is it does upset the rhythm of the car. Oh goodness me, Fran there is not getting very rhythmy there, is he? As unfortunately he didn't have a rhythm of the night though, did he? Fran there coming out of the final turn as well. Let's see what he can do there for the Mercedes driver. And DRS. Oh, he's coming into the pits then. So into the pits comes Fran as well, and Rentbo also in the pits as well. Troy is in the pits. No, he's on an in lap I should say, but it's on pole position at the first hour. Sweet to set foot in ALR, and my goodness me, he is on pole position at the moment with 2 minutes to go in this session. And sorry, I am just swallowing my tongue. I need to learn to breathe and talk at the same time. Troy into the pits now as well. We've got a lot of outlaps at the moment. Then we've got outlaps for Bradfield. We've got outlaps outlets for the alpha male of Energetics then. Energetics then is cruising at the moment, and so I'm not sure what Energetics is he come out too early perhaps then, well, or is he doing another lap there of harvesting, just prepping the car? Well, we'll find out indeed then, but we'll leave him to it for the minute then, as Energetics are just cruising in sector 1. And then we're on board with Camera Racer. I got to say, he has been it's a strong performance for Camera Racer, isn't it? Remember, he made his debut, I think, back in Australia, and he was flying, wasn't he? Camera Racer was, but I feel he hasn't had the rub of the green just yet, has he? But let's see what he can do in Holland. He has 8 points though to his name, and that is something to build upon, isn't it? And he is now coming into turn 5 as well then. And look at this, banked, isn't it? I got to say, I love that corner. I don't know why. It just gives you an absolute thrill when you get it right, don't you? And if you get it wrong now, you're kind of all lost at sea then. This part of the course is brilliant, isn't it? As Camera Racer now using all the track, and then somebody, he's going! He's going! He is gone! I think he has spun it! But fair play for not going into the wall there. And he is facing the wrong way. 5! Oh my goodness me! And Farfair just steaming through, and gosh, did Camera damage the car when he hit the wall then? Well, he's just trying to get out of the way then. He does have time. Farfig's also backed up as well. He's down in 7th position. Farfig's at the moment then. I know we had a Mercedes that just fly by, and that was Ayrton there. 1:10 to go then. These guys do have another chance of getting out there, but goodness me, this is going to be very interesting indeed then. Wilson is just saying in the comments there, good quality from Bradfield. He's always struggles to turn it into points, so yeah, I know there's a lot of really quick qualifiers out there, like Lucius as well as another one. Bradfield and Lucius are absolutely fantastic in qualifying. In the race though, it just doesn't seem to go their way, does it? Ayrton on board with Nalan. I think he's broke for a glass, seen it in China. Well, at the moment he is 6th fastest, but once again into qualifying 3 and in the thick of it once again then. Good stuff indeed then. So I'm looking to see who my next target is. It is Bradfield then into turn 14. He is currently on the 2nd row of the grid. This is fantastic for Bradfield, but currently he stays there because he's having another crack now. Rainbow starting her up as well. We've got Penguin now, and Penguin is also starting us up. Then this is it, then it's all or nothing now. What about Curly? Curly then is also starting us up as well. We got Lockhart then just out going for it. It's all or nothing now then. Who is the furthest man around? It is Energetics. He is 007 in the first sector. As we said, I do love a good James Bond film, and he has got a license to throw them on. Brilliant stuff indeed then. And now he's in the second sector. He's about a 10th for the bit up then. Troy is in the pit, so he's got a 3/10 for a second advantage at the moment. Is he going to be able to keep that advantage? And here comes Energetics, the most pole positions in a bronze in the short career so far. He's only 2nd, Energetics, but he gains 3/10 for a second, and he is on the front row. What about Farf? Farf is in bad 8 this time. He's down at 8th position. Farf is, and he might be kicking himself. And Ayrton there, I think, has abandoned this lap there, and he's coming into the pits. Ayrton is, as he is down in 7th position at the moment. Ayrton. What about his teammate Fran? Fran is coming to line. It's a good competitive time for Fran, and he is at 10th position there, but great time for Fran. Lovely stuff indeed. Bradfield is coming into the pits. There's a problem with the DRS there, isn't it? Renbo coming over the glide now, and Renbo is 3rd fastest in the end then on the 3rd row of the grid. What about Penguin? Penguin's also darted into the pits well. Curly Red then coming across the line. Curly Red's in 4th position, and a great great 2nd row then, and Camera Racer also comes across the line as well. But his Troy is not even on track. Is on pole position then for the first time in his ALR bronze career, and the first time that he's had 3rd in bronze. Lovely stuff indeed there from Troy. Really well, really hats off to Troy. Lovely stuff indeed then. Absolutely fantastic stuff, Ben. Oh, absolutely amazing then for Troy. Brilliant stuff. Energetic salvage something right at the end there, didn't he? Really good stuff there. He picked up the gauntlet and went for it, and he is 2nd now. And after the win in China, then can he now get himself back in the mix as well? Renbo, best qualifying performances in 3rd position. Lovely stuff indeed. Curly Red in 4th. This is an all Welsh 4th for a 2nd row then. Lovely stuff indeed. Bradfield, brilliant in 5th head. Penguin in 6th head. Camera Racer 7th. I wonder if he might be a bit disappointed with that in the end. Ayrton in 8th head. Farf in 9th, and Fran is in 10th position as well. That is your top 10 here in a qualifying in Zandvoort. Brilliant stuff indeed there. Goro saying good save. My fish finger for dinner is in 7th position there. I think that was Penguin, or it was Penguin, or a bit behind there as well. Bailey's Curly saying, don't ask where that pace came from. 4th. That was a cracking sandwich there for Curly, and he is going to do a cracking job. Bailey is. I have no doubt about that in 4th position. Lovely stuff indeed then. Favre saying the goal all out of shape there. What about the game though, Favre? Haha. Anyway then, we are now getting ready for the race itself then. So Troy on pole position and the super sweet and fantastic, isn't it? On his debut here in bronze, and goodness me, he has got some pace in that Haas, and the Haas is on pole position then, isn't it? And we got Haas 1 and 3 at the moment. Lovely stuff there, right at the thick of things, isn't it? As the Gore unfortunately has missed the last race, and also going to miss this race as well. But Troy, the reserve driver, well, he's put on pole position. Lovely stuff indeed there for the Haas team. So I was just adjusting in my hairpiece there, my toupee, as my wig nearly fell off. Right then, it's 0.2 of a second there, separates Troy and Energetic, and that's the front row. As I said, an all-Welsh second row, Renbo third, Curly Red in fourth, Bradfield, fantastic, alongside Penguin in 6th position, then Camaro and Ayrton, 7th and 8th, then Farf and Fran, 9th and 10th. Far Grid is poised to bring up an absolute classic again, isn't it, here in ALR. Velocity, I don't know how I meant to get a podium from P12. Remember, you did get podium there from P17 last week. So I remember in these last couple of races here in Zandvoort, it has been absolutely incredible, hasn't it? So I'm expecting more of the same again here tonight. Then it is 8:30, everyone. I hope you're all ready for this. I hope you're settled down and getting ready to get cracking as well. Then this is going to be cracking stuff indeed. Then and we got a bit of sunshine out there as well. Isn't it? Goodness me, there. I better not stay outside for too long. I'm going to be burnt to a crisp. There might be bacon for tea if I stay out there for too long. Right then, as we are now getting ready then for the race itself. The cars are on track now. They're on the grid, and we'll be ready to get going in just a jiffy as well. Of course, 36 laps around here. There's also a formation lap as well then, where the drivers are now going to be heat engineers, isn't it? They got to keep those cars as cool as they can, those tires as hot as they can as well. Then they're going to be weaving from left to right. Then it looks like a bit of fun, doesn't it? Really, but it's anything but that. That's very serious processes they are doing in the race as well then. And here we go indeed then. This is going to be good stuff indeed then. So now then, as we are about to get racing, that is Milan has asked who had the fast lap in all of the free qualifieds. I think, oh gosh, that was a very good time in this bronze league, wasn't it? I gotta say, I don't know. so I to be honest, I love my stats, but it's just too much for me. I cannot keep up with these guys. Incredible stuff indeed. There, I think that yesterday's pole position was 8.5, wasn't it? If I'm not very much mistaken. I know the fastest ever lap around here is 1 second, which I think was set by Toro Rosso yesterday. Yes, you did hear me right. 1 second there. It's incredible, wasn't it, from Toro Rosso? Right. Let's go for the grid shot from front to back, from pole position to 20 from the grid. It's great time for all 20 drivers out there battling away then. The sun is beaten down on Zandvoort, and it's a beautiful place for a race then. Troy on his debut there is on pole position as well then, and brilliant stuff indeed that is. I have let Milan down, and I apologise, Milan. I'm absolutely appalled with myself as well. If someone can help me out with that, then that'll be good stuff indeed then. Milan had a 0.82 in gold then, so I think that was the quickest time which you would expect as gold is meant to be the fastest time, fastest league, isn't it? I've got real itchy ear all of a sudden. Troy is on pole position and brilliant stuff indeed there. He is on the medium tires. Brandon's been disqualified from the session, and we have got Energetics in second position, locking up those up front tires. That's not good at all. Renbo in third position. She has shown pace from the outset here today. Can she get her first podium of her career then? That surely has to be the aim then, doesn't it, for Renbo? Fourth position is Curly. He is on soft tires. He's going to be launching off the line, isn't he? Fifth position is Bradfield. Sixth position is Penguin. Seventh is Camera Racer, and eighth position is Ayrton. Farf is down in ninth. He is on medium tires, and Fran is in 10th position on soft tires as well. And those guys had to be on the tires which they qualified in Q2. As we are now then 11th position at the moment is Lucius Zerenjeks has been disqualified from the session as well. 2 men have been disqualified. Goodness me, not good at all. Lucius on the medium tyres and getting himself more of a window advantage there. Velocity on soft tyres, so Velocity might be steaming through the field there. Watch him. Mike in 13th position, albeit he's overtook Velocity there. I wonder if that's a bit of gamesmanship there from the men who are fighting at the top of the table. 14th is Sadistics in soft tyres. Gunnar Also on soft tires as well in the Red Bull 15. Brandon soft tires in 16. Nunda right down near the back in 70 position. That's not what we're used to seeing from Nunda in this season. Then RDW 18th on medium tires. Captain Infinity 19th on medium, and Stereogram. Hopefully we'll see more of him after this qualifying performance as well. There are the grid then. They're all lining up now. They are getting ready to get racing here in just a few moments time as well. As Milana said, I'm going to turn my volume down for start. That's a very good idea indeed then. It's yeah, this is going to get very fraught, isn't it? As Darren is putting in a very early prediction of driver day for Gunnar. He is down at 5th position mode. He was very lucky in China, wasn't he? We are waiting for the lights and we're on lap 2 already. Lovely stuff indeed then. As we are now waiting for those lights as well then. As a lovely shot of a tractor there. Goodness me, that's a lovely JCB, isn't it? Right then, here we go then. Now on the lights then, we got 4, we got 5, and it is going as on 4 now, and it's a good start out for Troy. There's a bit of a jury from Red Bull, and Mike is front up the first, and both McLaren on the Red Bull is up into second position there, and Curly Red is on the outside as well then. But it is oh goodness me, so it is who is it? I think it's Red Bull who's leading, isn't it? And well, I think it is because I can see no one in front of it. Red Bull leads it, and now I'm so confused. Troy is out of the pole inside, he's down to 4th position already then. I'm so confused on a virtual safety car as we've got action at the button. That's a Ferrari. That's a Ferrari. Lucius has had issues at virtual safety car. RDW has got a 3-second penalty as well then for causing a collision. And of course said is they have to slow right down at the opening stages as well then. Penguin in 7th position at the moment. Renbo leads the Dutch Grand Prix then. And Curly Red is second. The guys who's on the the guys and girls who's on the second row is now leading this race. Brilliant stuff indeed then. And Renbo then, now this is this new territory from Renbo then. Of course she is leading the ALR race for the first time in her career then. Let's see how she does that with Curly Red in second position. He is on the soft tires. 3 positions, velocity flying through the field, but it's Captain Infinity is really at 4. Lovely 17. Lucius has dropped down 9 positions. That is the state of play then. Virtual safety car once again, and there's the predicted pit stop strategy, which is a bit late there, but there you go. Penguin currently in 5th position at the moment then. I'm waiting for that virtual safety car to come in then. We'll be back racing in just a jiffy then. And let's see who is on the money then. Now the virtual safety car think is in then. It's yeah, now we go. We're back racing. Red Bull set the fast on the race there. And we got Curly Red there who is having a look there. And it's Energetics having a look at Curly Red there. Going on the outside then. Energetics, the man who won last lot, is up into second position. Energetics Rose recovered his position and is back up in the second spot. We've got pit stop is Brandon. Curly Red, a big old lock up on the inside there from Energetics. Well, Curly is being hounded and hampered there from Troy in 4th position. Well, Penguin is in 5th position. Ayrton is up in the 6th position as well as they fly through the first couple of corners there as well. Left, right there. Goodness me then. It is very much all war, isn't it, here at the moment? In the Zandvoort, it's brilliant 17th then. And now then is on board then is Bradfield. Where is Bradfield? He had a great qualifying, but he's down in 12th position. Bradfield is, and not good at all, is it, from Bradfield's point of view. Fran in 10th position as well. Farfus in the 7th position with Ayrton in 6th position then. Look at these cars are running on lap 2, but it's nip and tuck at the moment. Lionel Storm then. Renbo, Energetics, then we have Curly Red, Troy, Penguin, then we have Ayrton and Farf. It's all over the back. We look a bad suit then. And we got Camera Racers all over Farf as well. Goodness me, Renault and Red Bull. We know about the history of them two teams, don't we? Coming through the very flat out turn number 14 then. And Red Bull's had the fast up, but Energetics now is really starting to put the squeeze on Red Bull, isn't he? As they're coming down into turn 1 then. Lap 3 of the Dutch Grand Prix then as well. Velocity up into 9th position. Lovely 17th then. If he wants to keep up the championship lead though, he needs to finish in front of he needs to finish a couple positions in front of Farf, doesn't he? But I think it's Energetics is currently the man on the move, isn't he? Energetics is 21 points behind the leader today. As it stands at the moment, he will not overtake Velocity, but he's definitely become a big player in this championship, isn't he? Yellow flags as RDW has had some issues in turn 12. He hasn't damaged the nose cone, luckily, so he is still on then. Good stuff. And Curly Red there is putting a squeeze on Energetics as well, and he is on the soft tires. Energetics is really strong in the second part of the lap, isn't he? I wonder if it's is it dirty air from the Haas, or is it just the setup set? And of course, it's all about different setups here in Formula 1, isn't it? Who has got the better setup as well? This is going to be very interesting indeed, isn't it? As we're now coming into turn 40. No, it's turn 12, isn't it? Yes, it is turn 12. Look at this. This is incredible. Look at these cars there. First, second, third, fourth. and we'll have the Ferrari fifth, Penguin in fifth position. Lovely stuff indeed. There's a fly through turn number 14 already then. And now then DRS has been enabled. Troy is in, he's had a problem there. Troy is in the pits and he's damaged the wing. The guy is on pole position. It looks like it's Al Ferrari. No, it's a camera racer also steamed in as well. Oh dear, Troy, the pole position curse strikes again here in the ALR, and once again then looks like pole position is not position you want to be in, is it? Goodness me. And now we're on board there with Mike, who's back in 9th position when he is third in the World Championship as it stands at the moment then. Can he make up some ground then? But I think Bradfield, when Mike and Bradfield are close on the track there, it can be very perilous indeed for both drivers out there. Very competitive edge between these two indeed there, and I love it, to be honest. And you can see Bradfield there is really pushing Mike all the way, but Mike is on the medium compound tires as well. Farface are really pushing there at the moment there. 3/10 of a second separates these two at the moment then. Renbo is still within DRS threat of energetics, but we've seen last night it's very difficult to overtake around here, around Zandvoort. It's not clear cut, is it, at the moment then? And now then we're coming into the Mickey Mouse chicane. Farfare almost getting into the back of Ayrton. Oh, he did get into Ayrton's diffuser there, but luckily he didn't damage the nose cone, and he is okay then. And now coming through once again, Farf going wide on that turn first again, then he might be picking up a couple of pounds then. And Ayrton is now going into defensive mode already then, as they're coming down in turn one. And Farf is really gaining velocity. It's at the fast of the race, heading in 7th position then. I think as he's on the soft tires, we've got Bradfield has got past Mike. Mike is going to go back up and under. Lovely stuff then, the old switcheroo, but Bradfield's on the outside. He's not going to go, but Mike swoops back through and in 9th position. A lovely jubbly indeed then. Back with his bottle here because, oh my goodness me, they're all over each other, and goodness gracious me, they can't leave each other alone at the moment, can they? And I can't even speak as they fly through the first sector indeed. Oh, Renbo half a second in front of Ayrton at the moment. Now, I've got to say this is incredible. Ayrton is losing touch, so isn't he, in 5th position there? He's 1 second behind Penguin at the moment at this stage of proceedings as well then. Stereogram is 11 seconds off the back then. Troy, the pole sitter, is down in 15th position as it stands at the moment as well then. As on board then with velocity, we've also got Troy who's past Stereogram down in 15th position then, and Farfar has just gone up to the back of Ayrton once again. Farf does have some pace at this stage of proceedings, doesn't he? But he cannot afford to fall too far behind though, can he? Because you can see Penguin, Curly, Energetics and Renbo just pulling away in front of this at the moment. Farf has gone wide on that corner again, and this time it's going to be Velocity who is giving Farf a cause for concern, and we're on board with Velocity. Farf is partially on the middle of the course then, so Velocity is going to pick side. He picks the inside. He passes Farf, and I'm in the 6th position. Great stuff for Velocity then, and he is through, and I'm in the 6th position then as Farf jumped on 7 as well. Artie Wheeler get a 3-second penalty as I thought that Farf was going into the back of the moment. Look at this, and line of sir, look at those cars out there at the moment. And now Velocity's next target is Ayrton, who is in 5th position once again. Ayrton has really broke for the last season and hasn't in China, and he has become a regular points. Oh, we got a Ferrari off in the background. It's Lucius. Oh, Lucius 14 now. We're just going into 14 and having some major issues there, Lucius is, and really he's had a good start to the season in terms of qualifying, but unfortunately just struggling to get some points out of his efforts so far. And talking of Far, we got Far. Lucius has also got a penalty for speed in the pit lane. He's on a bit of a mare, isn't he, at the moment there? The Ferrari driver is. We're on board then as Lucius has left the session then, and he is the first retiree in Holland. Unfortunately, that's a shame there, isn't it? And it's now then we're now watching Velocity and Far for the moment there, and Ayrton just in front as well. Ayrton is going to be feeling the pinch now, isn't he? And look at this, and Velocity has got so much pace there, coming off the follicle. Now Ayrton is just kind of defending, isn't he? As he was just slightly coming through, but Velocity is up the inside, passes Ayrton, job done, and he is through, and up into 7th position, 5th position I should say that, and Ayrton was getting a bit squirrely, and Farf was trying to sneak up and under that, but Ayrton is not going to let that happen, is he? Stereogram and Camera Racer are battling too far. Oh my goodness me! Oh my goodness me! That's a huge smash there! Oh, and that's a turn 13 there, and that's the rear part of the car that's been ripped off then. Only a virtual safety car. Wow, that is a violent old shunt indeed. I wasn't expecting that. 2 retirements in this race, and only a virtual safety car is absolutely incredible. Brandon's in the pits there. Oh my goodness gracious me there. That was a shocking old incident there, wasn't it? Oh gosh, for the Red Bull driver, and that's a Ferrari of Lucius in front of Red Bull at the moment then, and that's not going to help proceedings at the moment, is it? So virtual safety car, I've had 2 now in this race. I was surprised I wasn't in a safety car, but there you go, and Cameron Rose out of the race, and he's left the session. What a shame. Then DRS has been able to back racing now. Problem there is Renbo, the car there was causing Renbo all kinds of issues, and because of that then that has really cost her dearly, and Energetics there right on the back of Renbo, and now then we're coming through once again, and Renbo then has got to get the fence, and it's the closest Energetics has been, and it's coming into turn one. Renbo is on the centre part of the course, and she maintains position at the moment then. Yeah, because unfortunately, oh my goodness me, that was 2 cars. Oh, it's a Friday, and unfortunately, when drivers leave the session there, I think that they probably should retire rather than just leave out from Lucius's point of view. Then, as that almost cost Renbo the lead of this race, and so that probably wasn't the best situation there, unfortunately. But Renbo still leads. Now 6 tenths a second front because it's Curly Red who's now on the move, isn't it? Goodness me, he's in second position now. Look at this, and these cars are so compact at the moment, isn't it? I love this circuit. Let's race in Holland every week. Shall we? Of course, there's a lot of drivers that are screaming at me now, like no. So I do love a bit of pain, don't I? Of course, because we're spectators, we do love action, don't we? And I think that Zandvoort has provided some fantastic racing there. And I'd say are the 2 favourite tracks. I'd like to hear your opinions about the 2 new tracks. I do enjoy this track. Zandvoort pretty much is very much an old school type circuit, isn't it? As I've said in the other 2 broadcasts as well, it does feel very much like Estoril, doesn't it? With especially the final part in the first corner in Tarzan, it's brilliant, isn't it? Now then, we're on board of Velocity as well as Captain Infinity's got by Stereogram as well. Look in the background, Farfet's all over Ayrton. Oh, it's Ayrton there going into turn 1 there. Farfet was just basically pushing him into turn 1. Incredible stuff indeed, that as I once again condensing down, aren't they? Oh, this is getting good, isn't it? Brilliant stuff indeed then. So I'm just commenting then, as this is as the top 10 is so close, aren't they? All of them are separated by less than a second. They're down to Mike, who's in non position, which is only a second and a half back. No, sorry, Frank is 2 seconds back at the moment then. Sorry, Fran is 2 seconds back at the moment then. Mike was second and a half back as well there. And then Gunnar in a fantastic 10th position moment then, with Bradfield just on his gearbox as well then. So, and look at this, and this is brilliant stuff at the moment. And it's all Lionel Stern out there, isn't it? This is cracking racing, isn't it? Who is going to come in the pits first? Are we going to have a surprise safety car? There's a lot going on here in this race, isn't it? And there's a blue flag out there for some reason. I don't know why. As I was just in Darren saying that Gunnar's in the points. Nice, he's doing a cracking job, Gunnar is. I think overall he probably was having a cracking job in China as well. Just over a week ago, doing a great job. Out of DRS now, Energetics is, so that is interesting. Farf has a 3-second penalty, and that seems to be a curse. And Curly's in the pits then, and Velocity is using Curly's slipstream now, and now he is going to take Penguin as well. He has taken Penguin up the inside, and Velocity steaming through the field. He is from 11th on the grid, and is now in the first. A fantastic drive from the championship leader. Really well done indeed then. Penguin is in down the 4th and Ayrton is 5th. Farf is now in 6th position. He's on the medium tyres, remember, Farf is. And now we're just taking a look at Curly Red coming out of the pits now. And there's Nunda in 13th position there. And Nunda is having probably his most difficult weekend of the of ALR so far, even though it is a weekday, but for some reason I'm still in weekend mode, probably because it's Formula 1, isn't it? Formula 1's a weekend sport, isn't it? So now we've got Mike, who is just in front of us on the medium tyres. Mike hasn't got much pace there on those on the medium shod McLaren as it stands at the moment then, but of course he is playing the long game, Mike is, so do not count Mike out yet by any stretch of the imagination. And now we're coming down the short sharp straight down. That's a Renault there who is becoming a ghost at us already. We all figured just being lapped, and Sarah Graham is in the pits for the Alfa Romeo down near the back end of the field then, unfortunately, as having a couple of difficult issues as well. Look at Velocity, he is gone, he is almost disappearing off, and he's flying, he's 2 seconds in front already. Farf is now then definitely put the overtake on now. Ayrton has gone after the fend then, and look at Penguin. Penguin's got no speed down the back, down the straight, and look at this as Ayrton is through. Farf is through as well. Penguin there, goodness me, he was left for dust, wasn't he? And now Farf has gone off the inside, but Ayrton has gone off the he's gone off the inside there, but no, he hasn't. Farf is through, he is up in the 4th position there, a double overtake from Farf. That is important for Farf's race, isn't it? Ayrton down in 5th then. I can't believe Penguin, which of course he had no DRS, did he, Penguin? My goodness me, is that DRS really powerful? Was Penguin there just got a lot more downforce on that Ferrari? I think it's more the DRS there. Goodness me, that was incredible, wasn't it? I wasn't expecting that. Brilliant stuff indeed then as well. And now then the gap at the front, and it's 6/10 of a second at the moment as well. We got a yellow flag as it's one of the Redos. Is it? No, it ain't one of the Redos. I'm lying. I don't know what was a yellow flag then. I just said there was a yellow flag. And as we're just now back on board then, Versus at the moment. He's 7/10 of a second away from far. It's the battle of the throw. He might need Big Sun at the moment. Looking for Velocity. He's at 1.2 seconds back at the moment. Velocity is on a charge, isn't he? Rempo doing a cracking job in the lead at the moment, isn't she? We're on lap 11 and they still got a long way to go then. When is Velocity going to come in the pits then? Those soft tires still look at a very decent range at the moment, don't they? As they come into Tarzan and Rempo. Energetics pit lane as Penguin is in the pits then, as he is the first of the front runners to go in the pits to change those tires then. No safety car yet then either. Oh, a big lock up there from Energetics there. It's a tradition, isn't it? It's a driving trait there from Energetics there. The man with the most pole positions in bronze history so far. I think he's got 6, hasn't he? Brilliant stuff indeed then. Now is a Penguin coming out. He's come out behind Curly, because Curly's coming to pits very early on then, so Penguin is out behind him, and Troy, who unfortunately had to pit very early on. The pole sitters down in 13th position at the moment. This race is far from done, everyone then, and I feel that there is going to be some fast and furious action to come in this race then, so do not go anywhere, folks. This one's going to be a cracker. Well, now we're on board then with Penguin at the moment, and he is now on the back of Nunda. Nunda down in 11th position at the moment, and Curly Red has gone the hard tires, interesting enough, whilst Penguin's on the medium tires, so we've got a bit of a split strategy out there at the moment. It's interesting to really come to a new circuit, because you're not 100% sure about the strategy as well. Nunda there has gone a bit wide there. I wonder if he had a bit of a nerf there from Penguin, but nevertheless, Penguin's on the outside. He passes Nunda, and he is through, and up to 11th position there as well. Then, of course, those were fresh tires there, wasn't it? Mike is now starting to really put the hammer down. He's now catching on the back of Fran. Fran is on a cracking race today, isn't he? He's on a really good race, Fran is, as he's now giving Mike enough room. Oh! And they're just getting pinched there, wasn't he? Ayrton's in the pits as well there. And also Velocity is coming to the pits. Right, he's coming out of the pits now. He's coming out in front of Sadistic King. Sadistic King in 7th position there. Fran is on a cracking race, actually. A brilliant race there for Fran. I got to say, this is the strongest performance that we have seen in ALR for Fran, and he's brilliant around here, isn't he, Fran? Is loving this from the ALR veteran course. He was in silver last season, bronze this season, and I got to say, he's doing a cracking job here tonight. Really well done indeed there. So then, this is the state of play in the race so far, as we got a racing point of Brandon there recovering out of turn 12. The state of play so far then is this. We have had Redbone Energetics not come to the pits yet, nor has Far Fever. Fran a cracking job in 4th position. Mike, who's also not come to the pits either, in 5th then. The top 5 have not come to the pits, and Velocity has come to the pits. He is throwing the hard tires. He's going for the undercut, and the track position might be king around here. Might be king. And Energetics, I thought he was coming to the pits, but no, it's okay. He was just selling me a dummy, like everyone sells me a dummy. Yeah, that's the state of play in the top 5 at the moment. And Velocity hasn't come in the pits then. Curly Red has come in the pits then, and of course, upon the hard tires 2 laps ago, Penguin's also in the pit, has also been in the pits, as well as Ayrton as well. Then, of course, Troy, the pole sitter, then having some issues there. And now then is Fran is coming out of the pits, and Penguin there has just passed Curly, and Penguin is back up into 6th position there as well. Curly's trying to go up and under. Not the case then. Ayrton out and past Nunda as well. Ayrton's gone on the outside. Lovely stuff indeed then. Troy in 10th position. Fran is coming out in 11th position in the second Mercedes as well. Lovely stuff. Gunnar, there's a lot of strong performances out there tonight, isn't it? I'm absolutely loving it. It's brilliant stuff indeed then. So let's see what Penguin can do now in Clearwater. He hasn't reset the world alight this time around, has he? He was cracking in China, wasn't he? But once again, no, he's still very much a bona fide front runner, isn't he? Penguin as well. So definitely don't discount out his exploits there in the late stages race. Right, lap 14 and only 2 virtual safety cars. A big old smash there. I think the biggest crash of the week definitely goes to Camera Racer. Goodness me, ripping off the right rear of the car there, didn't he? I'm not sure how he ended up over there, to be honest there, but goodness me, it's a violent smash into turn 13, wasn't it? Into the pits, there comes Velocity then. He is on medium tires. He's the first of the medium runners to pit then. Does he feel the danger of Velocity? We'll find out now. He's going on to the hard tires, from medium to hard tires there for Energetics then. Similar strategy to what happened in China then as well. He is coming on the pits there. It's quite a longish exit there, isn't it? Velocity on the outside, but look, Energetics is out in front then. My goodness me, that's fantastic in and out laps there from Energetics. Really good stuff indeed then. And Rainbow, is she going to have to cut in the pitch? Well, she's going to react then. Bradfield is past Gunnar. Gunnar's trying to go off and under, but I think that's job done then. Troy is now also all on the back of Nunda as well then. And now it's Farf, Mike and Rainbow who's leading this race, and Rainbow, Farf and Mike, I should say then, is always in the wrong order. And we got a Renault off in the in turn 1 as well. And I'm just saying, oh my goodness me, Nunda's going wide there. And now Troy is up into 9th position. Lovely overtake there from Troy, brilliant stuff indeed there. In the background there is Fran as well, who is being pressured a bit there by the AlphaTauri of Bradfield as well. Brilliant stuff indeed then. And so we're now on board at the moment now with Velocity Energetics just in front. Red Bull, the race leader, is in the pits, and she is slowed down there to the pit lane speed limiter. Far in the pits as well. And on Troy, surprise, I thought the medium tires go a bit longer. Mike is going a bit longer. The Haas team go to work very nicely drilled indeed. Ardy Wee is out of the race as well, and that is out of turn 6. Is it? It's a virtual safety car, and a Red Bull there. To be honest, I don't think Red Bull got the full rewards. Oh, there, what's happened there? And look at this, Farf is out in front of Penguin. I think that first safety car is out Farf, and he's in full position as well then. And Velocity there hasn't damaged the wing then. So anyone who's going in the pits now as well will have an advantage, won't they? So Nunda has decided to take advantage. He's gone to hard tires there for car 19, and he is out as well then. But he's too far back in this race at the moment now. A drive-through penalty for Troy for spin under the virtual safety car. It's a bit of a nightmare at the moment for Troy. Mike is leading this race at the moment there by 2 seconds there away from Rentbow, who is second at the moment on a cracking drive, isn't she? Same with Energetics, but Velocity is stealing the show at the moment. He is in third position. No, fourth, I should say, fourth. Goodness me, I can't even count numbers anymore, can I? Goodness gracious me. I'm loving all your interactions as well in the comments, guys. Keep them coming in. I'll try and read them out as quickly as possible in a jiffy as well. As we're coming up to half distance in this race, I can hardly take my eyes off this incredible race there. Really good driving out there indeed. It's brilliant stuff up and down the field. Really good stuff then indeed. And now then coming through then turn 14 as well. So Mike then try to stretch his strategy as much as possible. What is Mike going to do? Can he get to a sensible window and put on the soft tires then, or is he going to have newer hard tires at the end of this race then? That is Mike's play then. Surely he can't do another medium tire, can he? Of course then. Otherwise, I think that'd be the optimal tire strategy, wouldn't it? As into the pits comes Ayrton. Ayrton's in the pits, and I'm not sure what's happened to the Mercedes driver, but Ayrton is in the pits, and what has happened then? And I think he's had a drive-through penalty. Ayrton and Troy have both had drive-through penalties there, and look at this, the Sadistic King is out in front of Troy. They're going to be side by side. Oh my goodness me, and Troy is now up into 12th position as well, and just about getting in front, and that might be pivotal. They're trying this race as well. Bradfield's found some pace, hasn't he? All of a sudden, the man who was qualified high up in the top 10 is back in the top 10 now after having a nightmare start, isn't he, in the AlphaTauri, and now he's causing Fran all kinds of problems, isn't he? But Fran, we think, is going to the end of those hard tires there, and it's all about the long game for Fran, isn't it? So yeah, I don't think he's going to be too concerned at this moment in time there. I think someone who is concerned is Energetics with Velocity and Farf bearing down on him now as well. And Farf is Penguin's got a 3-second penalty as well. Farf and Penguin both have penalties at this stage of the race then so far. Mike is as Farf has done the fastest of the race, so I've really putting the squeeze, isn't he, on these front three. As Velocity there almost losing it there as he's taking on too much curb. Farf is now pushing him, and is Farf going to have a lunge? Not quite. Lap 18 out of 36, incredible stuff indeed there. A couple of you guys deciding where to watch the football. Oh my goodness me, and Farf is through, and Velocity has dropped down into 5th position there. Farf has snuck through and up into 4th position there. I'm not sure what's happened to Velocity there. Did he just, I just looked up and it looks like the Farf's alongside him. Did he? I doubt he would have let him through at this stage of proceedings there, because they're on similar strategy then, so it makes no sense there. I think the Velocity must have made a mistake then. We'll find out then, because he'll have DRS down this next straight as well. But Farfen is now in 4th position, and Velocity is down to 5th. It's a replay of China, isn't it? But this time it's for 4th, 5th and 6th as well. Ayrton is dropped down the order then as well, so we're just watching as Troy has just got in front of Ayrton. Sadistic King is now all over the back of him as well, and just on board at the moment then. Farmer's got another 3-second penalty. He's not liking turn 13, is he? Whatsoever. It's becoming a bit of a headache for Farmer. Now it's another 3-second penalty. That's 6 seconds onto his tally at the moment, isn't it? Just going back to the comment there. Yeah, cool. I think a lot of you are deciding on where to watch PSG or ALR. Goodness me, I gotta say that's an easy one, isn't it? Of course you want to watch ALR, don't you? It's between Neymar and Red Bull. Which one would you like to watch, really? Well, at the moment, Red Bull is really doing a cracking job, isn't she? I gotta say, she is looking absolutely at home, isn't she, at the front of the field? Brilliant 17, then her best performance in ALR really here today, really showing some incredible pace out there. Absolutely fantastic 17. Mike also good to see him back up in the field as well, and looking also very much back up there. Good, and I gotta say, hats off to Fran there, and I think he's doing a cracking job out there. Again, a good performance indeed. Bradfield has passed Fran and moved up into 8th position, and Fran down into 9th for the moment in car number 9. Velocity is all over Farfan. Wait until they start finishing for Velocity. I've got to say, it's very difficult to overtake around this course, isn't it? It's old school, isn't it? There's only one good overtaking. I think that's into turn 1, possibly into turn 11 and 12 if you feel brave enough. Farfar launching off of turn 14, nice as well. Penguin there is still very much in touch and speed. Look at these as they weaving across the course, and now Velocity's going up the inside there. Farfar is going to go for that Dorsey, and Farfar's trying to go for that. Oh, bit of contact there as look at Farfan. Oh my goodness, he's going to go for that there. He's going to go on the outside there, but Velocity there is keeping it in there. Oh, Farfar's on the inside. Magnificent, absolutely incredible, but these guys are not getting to go side by side. This is not going to end well, is it? Wow, it is brilliant driving, absolutely impeccable driving there, and he's hanging on the outside. This is amazing, this is incredible there. Oh wow, that is absolutely sensational driving there. Oh my goodness me, they lost a couple of seconds there, but of course, who cares about that for the moment, because that was sensational. They went wheel to wheel for all the first sector of the lap then. Oh, brilliant stuff indeed there. But Velocity is on the back foot now, and now Penguin's on the inside, giving a bit of a nerf then. Penguin has the inside line for turn 12 as well. Penguin has a bit between his teeth. Velocity is on the back foot as well. We've got a Red Bull having issues, and I think it's Gunnar. Oh, it's Gunnar who's dropped out of the top 10. What a shame for Gunnar. Out of turn 10, I think it is. Velocity is also trying to break that slipstream as well, but Penguin, look at him, he is mending the sails on the floor. He's going on the inside. He is on the inside then. Velocity is under attack as they and they're almost losing it. Oscar Penguin is as well. Velocity needs to repel this attack, doesn't he? And Mike is now under pressure as well. Renbo is on Mike's gearbox now, isn't he? Isn't she? 5 tenths of a second, 4 tenths of a second then. How much traction she got over Mike. Mike's in 20 laps on those hard tires, some medium tires, I would say. Brilliant stuff indeed there. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Darren said it worked out for Renbo under the virtual safety car. It was a very good indeed there. Sometimes there's a yellow flag in free. Brandon is out of the race at turn 12. Is that going to be a safety car? Well, it is a safety car. It's in a dangerous part of the course, and that is I'm wondering, is this a good opportunity there for Mike to pit then? It's on 21 out of 36. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to put the soft tires on there. It'd be interesting to see then where is Brandon then. His car has been cleared now, but that's our first safety car, I've got to say. So the 100% record continues for virtual safety cars around here. Incredible stuff, isn't it? And now Brandon's left the session, and that is our fourth retirement in this race then. And what is Mike going to do? Mike is in the pits then. Renbo is in the pits. Well, Energetic's in the pits. They're all coming in the pits then. So this is advantage, Mike. Brilliant 17. Is anyone going to stay out is my question, because it's going to be interesting. Mike has gone to the soft tires. Interesting stuff indeed then. We go. Let's see what happens indeed then. So they're all in the pits, and it's going to be very much they're all on the soft tires, and Mike is leading this race, I think. Incredible stuff. Red Bull second, Energetic third, far fourth, Velocity fifth, Penguin sixth, and Curry is changing to the medium tires, and we've got Bradfield also on the medium tires as well. Lovely 17 then. Fran, no, it's Gunnar who stayed out. Has he got damage to his wing? No, he hasn't. Gunnar has stayed out on the hard tires then, and he is rolling the dice then. Troy's also in the pits as well. We've got a lot of pit stop activity here. Ayrton on the medium tires. Oh, it's who is that? Troy there, as I've just come out in front of her, so it seems like these two are glued to each other at the moment, aren't they? Oh my goodness me, then there's Stereogram there, also going to be coming in the pits as well. As we're on board with Lucius at the moment then, as we're on board with Lucius at the moment there, as he is beating Lapland, so hopefully his Ghost car will get out of the way then. Down to 16 cars then, as Ghost has just said, Becca's smart on the mediums there, very smart indeed there, isn't it? Energetics is on the soft tyres, Smike is on the soft tyres as well. Those soft tyres have got to go a couple more laps in this race, don't they? I wonder if medium tyres probably is the optimal tyre to be on. Soft tyres is for everyone else actually, apart from Farf and Red Bow. Interesting stuff indeed then, and this is going to very much shake up the race, that is it. But Mike has leaded the race, and he's aiming for his second race win of his career here in ALR, and I've got to say, and this will be a very much welcome return there to Mike, back on top of the podium there. We'll find out we've got a long way to go in this race still, haven't we? There is still all to play for in this race, and this is going to get very interesting indeed, isn't it? As Anan has just asked, who is top of the Drivers' Championship? No, it is currently Velocity by 4 points, with Farf in second. Mike is in third position. He was a former championship leader, wasn't he? But he has dropped down into third position now in the World Drivers' Championship as well. Apologies, guys, I've got to catch up on the comments as well. As Rogue saying that one stop can be brutal around you. Murphy saying, "Come on, Rembo." As Darren's also saying, "Can Velocity one stop?" Well, of course, that's all shook up now, isn't it? With the safety car out then, as give me a good opportunity there for just to calm my nerves a bit. Softs is a great shout. They will last 30 laps in the race, plus whatever they did in qualifying. So yes, very interesting stuff indeed then. Ghost is saying mediums, and whilst Dan is saying the soft tires. Interesting stuff indeed. Dan thinks the soft tires can do 13 laps plus qualifying mode as well, and you take a lot more out of your tires in qualifying, don't you, where you're very much at peak performance then. So Red Bull on medium tires, also on medium tires is Farf as well. Everyone else is on the everyone else in the top 6 is on the soft tires. Apart from statistics, is also on the soft tires, and medium tires for everyone else. Is what I should say, is I've got it completely wrong way around as well. As we've got Cameron Cross there saying, "Let's go Velocity." He is currently in 5th position at the moment. There's and as I mentioned before, leading the World Drivers' Championship as well. I think it's going to be a short safety car because everyone is now bunched up as well. Hopefully that Ferrari of Lucius gets out of the way slightly. Of course, if he was Oh no! Fran is off the track after an incredible race there. Fran, it's all gone wrong for the Mercedes driver, and what a shame there for Fran. He was having a cracking race and he's dropped down to 15th. What a shame there for that's such a shame there for Fran, isn't it? Oh goodness me, I'm devastated. I'm devastated for the Mercedes driver. Right, we are back racing now then, as Maiken is now. When is he going to let us get away then as well? Then as Gio's gone, no, and we can we have a better finish here? I think Gio would say no in terms of last night. We are back racing here in Holland then, and now then as Mike has just left away then, and now it's figures that Lucius car, which might have caused a bit of grumbling, but that's a good safety car restart. As look at this, as far, oh my goodness me, then it's look at that Ferrari. Renbo's gone off, Renbo's gone wide, was our little nerf there. Farf has gone up into second for the second position, Revenge Jackson third there. Renbo's under huge pressure. No, Renbo's down to 5th. Renbo's down to 5th. It's not going at all. Penguin is now in 6th position as well. I'm not sure if there was a slight touch there as they going into the turn 1 then, and I think it was a minor touch then as well. Oh, it's a Renbo there almost going on the inside of Velocity there, but Velocity shutting the door. It's going to be very brave if she had an attempt there through turn 6, and unfortunately for Renbo dropping down to 5th position. She had this race in the palm of her hand, didn't she, before that safety car came out, and it is really shook things up, hasn't it, in this race at this moment in time, and the soft tires are really struggling, aren't they? But Mike there is away at the moment. Farf is in second, Energetics is third, Velocity in 4th position, Rembo down into 5th, Penguin is still in 6th position as well then. And once again, Energetics and Velocity seem to be always in the same piece of tarmac with each other at the moment, don't they? Incredible stuff. So then Mike then, I've got to say, this races forward into the palm of Mike's hand, hasn't it? Brilliant stuff indeed there. Energetics is looking very strong at this stage. Farf is at the far side of the race, and Velocity with some velocity past Energetics breaking much later, but Velocity is on the inside. Energetics is going to come back on the outside. Love turn 1 around here. Tarzan is brilliant. Oh my goodness gracious me, there's a contact. Velocity is off. He is spun around. time. He is spun around against Energetics. Oh, goodness me. Velocity is down. He is down in 30 for this. Gooner almost going into the side of Velocity as well. Oh, goodness me. Then Troy and Bradfield. And now Bradfield's not giving Troy any room for manoeuvre there. And in the battle for 7th and 8th position as well. And Penguin is all over the back of Red Bull at the moment. She has got some defending to do. Oh, no, it's a medium tyres, haven't they? And it looks like the medium runners are Red Bull struggling at the moment. It's the soft tyres that's definitely very much coming into play at the moment. Oh, my goodness me. That's absolutely incredible. Something. Farf is 8 tenths a second away. Then can Farf get a second race win in the league? Then we've also got Mike, who's had a race win as well. As has Energetics, and the top three have also won a race so far this season. Rembo's on course for a first race win, but it's not gone well at this stage of proceedings. But we'll find out if then anything can happen from there with just 11 laps to go in this race. DRS has been enabled. Farf has got the bit between his teeth. And we've got Penguin then. Penguin, who is now on the outside of Red Bull, but at the moment it's nothing adventure, nothing game for Penguin. Curly Red there in 6th position, still doing a cracking job. Oh my goodness me, for Penguin had so much run there as well. Velocity back into the left. Oh goodness me, there is contact. Penguin has gone to the back of Red Bull, and he steamed into turn 5 there, and he has damaged the end plate on that Ferrari. Is that going to? I think that there's a lot of corner edge around here, isn't there? I think that might that's going to hurt Penguin. I don't think there's any damage on the rear of Red Bull's car, so she should be alright to continue. But I'm not sure about Penguin in car 9, and a yellow flag as well in the Mercedes. It's Fran who's having an issue there in turn 1. What a shame for Fran there, because he was having an absolute storm of a race up until the last few laps there. Incredible stuff indeed then. Absolutely amazing. We're back on board then with Curly then, who is now going to be striking with Penguin there really on the back foot now, isn't he? We've had damage to the end plate. Farf is 4 tenths second away, but remember Farf does have a 6-second penalty to his name, doesn't he? And that could also pay dividends there. He does have 10 laps to overtake Mike and to stretch his 6-second lead, and that is quite a big ask for Farf, but we'll find out if he can do it. And he now swoops there on the inside there, the medium shot Farf there on the inside there, but is Mike going to go on the outside? No, because Farf parks it on the apex there. Bradfield is, oh god, there's damage there. Curly right there, and oh my goodness, and Troy almost getting off the road as well. Guna's past Captain Infinity as well. We've got Mercedes there side by side with statistics. Oh goodness gracious me then. And now we've got 2 cars with this limping, Curly Red and Penguin. Both have got damage there. Mike is very much on the tail there of Farf, but Farf is now in clean air. Is he going to be able to pull away in this race? And Energetics is in front there. Red Bow is currently in full fed. Penguin now dropping back now with damage. Same with Curly Red as well. Oh dear then they're getting a bit too excited. Nunda, oh goodness me, but look at this. I was going to say Nunda's on the course of some points, but Velocity going up and under and passing his teammate for 11th position, and Velocity needs to score as many points as possible then, as he is trying to recover some of the damage. And Troy, quick in qualifying, is not gone too well in the race, has it, for Troy? He's trying to come back through the field as well then. The gap is almost a second already after 1 lap then, so Farfair just needs to keep that pace then for the remainder of the race then. And we got yellow flags then as well. The Alfa Romeo, so I think it's Stereogram who has had some issues there out of turn number 15. No then, I don't know what turn 10 I should say. Bradfield's having a 6th finish then, passes Curly Red, what a shame, having a cracking race up to that point as well. Velocity has passed the statistics as well, moved up to 10th then, the championship leader then. Oh goodness me, this is incredible stuff, isn't it? And now we're back on board then at the moment then with Troy, and Mike has got down to 8 seconds. Oh my goodness me, he's going to go for it. Oh goodness gracious me, they're side by side. Wow, incredible stuff. Oh, and Curly Red cut it off the nose cone there of Troy. Impressive stuff indeed there. Oh, Troy going on the curbs there. Oh, look at this, it's so violent around here. It's incredible. These curbs give you a good old bashing, don't they? Curly Red there going on the outside of the curb there. I think it's only a matter of time now. Troy is all over him like a bad suit. He is up the inside. He passed him into turn 10. That's unconventional, but Curly Red is limping, wounded, isn't he? With the damage to the wing then. He is on the inside into turn 11, but Troy is going to go on the outside. He is on the outside. There's gravel. There's wheel banging. Ayrton is also sticking through as well. But Ayrton backs off with that one, doesn't he? With Troy there. With Curly Red having the advantage there. Is he going to go up and under? Mike has now really found his feet. Oh my goodness gracious me. And now we've got Velocity. We have got Curly Red in the pits. Velocity is now really all over the back of Ayrton, and he's going to have a lunge. I got his turn one, not quite at the moment as Velocity is trying to come back through the field as well. Then and now then Mike is not. It's not all over yet. As Energetics is now has Renbo. Renbo has found her feet then, and she is now coming back at Energetics. And I am dripping with sweat around here. It's absolutely incredible, isn't it? Penguin is just been overtaken by Bradfield. Bradfield is having an absolutely outstanding race, isn't he? Really good stuff indeed there. Draw of the day so far for Bradfield. After an appalling start, he's come back through the field. I would have said Velocity as well, but Velocity is having a bit of a challenging time out there at the moment, isn't he? No fault of his own, of course. And now then, so just watch Velocity still behind Ayrton at the moment. Ayrton on the course at some points again, and he's really on the roll at this stage. And Fran there is out of the race. And what a shame for Fran. He's gone. That's in the turn 5. A virtual safety car for Fran there. They're on the wrong side of the course. Well, they're coming into the final turn now. Don't forget it was going to roll the dice, go to the pits. They've all got youngish tyres, haven't they? I think it would have been a good opportunity for Curly Red and possibly even Penguin to come in the pits then. But nope, they're all staying out at the moment then, as Energetics are doing the old thing there. I think I'm the only one that falls for that, to be honest. Goodness me. Gavin is saying, Gavin Gunnar saying Renbo's going to have grip at the end there. Yes, she is, isn't she? And the same with Farf as well. That is probably why I think that Mike needs to make hay whilst the sun is shining. But at the moment there, Redbo does have more grip at the moment then. And now we are going to get back racing in just a few moments on indeed then. So we're just here into a delta at the moment. Fran's left the session. What a shame for Fran then. And I got to say, I'm very disappointed in that, because Fran was doing a brilliant job up to that point. We're on lap 30 already. Goodness me, and this race has flown by. We've only had about three virtual safety cars. We've only had one safety car. This race is flying by here tonight. On board there with Velocity once again in the championship leader. He's going to be losing the championship at this stage of proceedings, if I'm not very much mistaken, because he'll be far extending. He'll be taking the lead and extending his lead quite handsomely indeed then. And now there's to come down the back straight, and this is the closest battle trying moment between Ayrton and Velocity. Velocity changing steering. Oh my goodness me, he's steaming at the inside there. And that's Penguin off the track in front of us. Farf has got another penalty. Farf is throwing it away at the moment. Goodness me, that he's got a 9-second amount of penalties. Bradfield's also got penalties. These penalties are going to really bite someone in the rear by the end of this one. And now Velocity then, and these guys have the 7th position, but Velocity on the soft tire. He's now going on the inside of Ayrton. He passes Ayrton, and he moves up to the 10th position as well. Lovely stuff. These Sadistic Kings is also up into oh no, there to there. I think went into the back of Velocity there. Has he damaged the car? He hasn't damaged the nose cone. He's all right. I was going to say, has he damaged the cone there? Of course, I don't mean the nose cone. Of course, I meant the wing. As Troy there is now back on the back of Bradfield. Troy has had a difficult race, hasn't he? Goodness me. And now he's back up into a very handsome 6th position moment. Lovely stuff indeed then. Absolutely incredible stuff. And Cameron Cross and Energetic was dirty to ban him. And we've also got Go saying that looks like the softs are now struggling. Indeed they are, aren't they? As Mike is now 1.4 seconds back there. Energetics is 2 seconds back now from Mike as well. And the medium compound runners are now starting to come into their own, aren't they? Velocity though is definitely making it work. There he is in the background, just sitting behind Troy. Troy has gone wide there. There's also defending the back of Statistics as well. Farf is now 1.7 seconds away then. Renbo is still within DRS of Energetics moment. She's so close to her first podium in ALR at the moment, but as it stands then, I think Farf has got so many penalties. He's going to be off the podium there. Velocity, we're on 32. We haven't got long to go, have we? It's going to be touch and go, isn't it? Oh goodness me then, this is going to be another grandstanding finale here in ALR. I don't feel I could deal with any more after last night. Incredible stuff. And Troy at the moment in a 6th position mode there, really on the back of Bradfield at the moment. And Bradfield is having an outstanding drive, isn't he, in the Alpha Tower. Lovely stuff indeed there. Ayrton is very much under the cosh, isn't he? Sadistic Kings there really putting the squeeze on Ayrton. We've also got Penguin there, who is as he's fallen down the order, he's damaged the wing there, and unfortunately I think he's just trying to salvage something. But Gunnar, who is looking very interested in that final point, isn't he? Can Gunnar get his first points of the season here in the Red Bull as well? But Noonda is also interesting as well. So they're all queuing up. Troy, oh my goodness me, and then Bradfield there forcing Troy off the course there slightly. Or was that unconventional there as well? And perhaps Bradfield didn't see him there. They do have arrows, don't they? But sometimes you're so focused on the breaking point that you sometimes don't see it. Velocity has gone slightly wide. He currently has the bonus point for the fast lap coming through. Then how many more places can Velocity gain in the final stage of this incredible race? Brilliant stuff indeed. That, and they're coming down into turn 1. Look at this 1, 2, 3 cars there. Very much Lionel Stern at the moment, and they far friendly 2.2 seconds in front of the stands. Mike is still winning this race in terms of time. Once again, feel like the Japanese Grand Prix in 94, isn't it? It's all about aggregate times, isn't it? And this is where it gets really confusing for me now. I've got my calculator out now, everyone. So things are getting serious, and it's getting very serious between Troy and Bradfield as well. As this battle rages on, it's absolutely incredible stuff indeed. That as GG to Infinity, best race he's had yet. And oh, look at this. Oh, sorry, I apologise. I've gone on the wrong car. Troy is on the outside there. Velocity is on the inside, but now Velocity. Oh, he's on the outside. He passes Troy. Amazing stuff there. And Penguin is out of this race then. And what a shame now for the Ferrari driver then. He is out as Gunnar's now been promoted up in the 10th position. Lovely stuff indeed there. And Nunda 11, Captain Finley just outside the points in 12th position as well. Is that going to be a safety car or a virtual safety car? All these virtual safety cars is not open. Far is it? Penguin is out of this race. And that is our and both Ferraris are on a miserable old race as well. In the amongst of all that, Velocity is now been to 5th, but 6th position I should say, but 5th is in the is in his eye as well, and we're on board with him now. Then who is going to win this incredible Dutch Grand Prix? I have no earthly idea here. But I got to say we've had lovely weather here today. Bradfield's gone wide, then he's gone to the far side of the track, hasn't he? They accelerate out as well. Incredible stuff then as they are flying through the first part of the sector. Once again, then we're down to 15 cars in this race. Then it's been very brutal indeed. Gunnar has got a bit between his teeth now, as he is now all over the bag. Statistics king. Ayrton is found his groove as well. He's now 8th position, 3.1 seconds away from Troy. And then it's this battle here, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Bradfield, Velocity, Troy. Renbo is 3/10 of a second away from Energetics, as she is going to have a lunge. She's having a lunge there on the inside. Oh my goodness me! It is side by side, and at this moment in time, then it's still Energetics is Energetics still got the place there, haven't they? I wonder if they know about the time penalties that Farf has got there. But I think at this moment these are racers, and they come through the fall turn on board Rempo. She has got the overtake on. Energetics can feel her coming. Is she going on the outside? Oh, but Energetics is staying on the inside. He's locked up. He's going wide. Rempo's going to go up and under. And Energetics are defending beautifully well there. Energetics is showing he's got a lot of experience in league racing there. But Rempo doing a cracker job there. It's only a matter of time, is it, for Energetics? It's only a matter of time. We've only got 2 laps to go. And Velocity has dropped down in 7th position. There's a problem for Velocity. And he's had a trip. Troy is Bradfield there. That's side by side. Troy, there's a bit of contact. And Troy is through another 5th position there. Oh, goodness me. And Troy then has passed Bradfield as well. Renbo is in 4th position. Farf has now got 3.7 second lead, 3.8 second lead. Then he has 9 seconds worth of penalties. I'm not sure how much Michael has, not sure how much Energetics or Rempo have either. But Farf needs to get a move on now, doesn't he? In the final stage race, he needs to have some qualifying laps, doesn't he? Rempo's got a 3-second penalty. I'm sure that might be our first one, possibly. I do not know though. And look, Mike is dropping into the clutch of these two. That's a McLaren in front there. So Mike is having some issues. They're both soft runners that are really struggling. This might help Farfa. This might catapult Farfa to the race win here in Netherlands. I'm going to keep it on it. We've got to keep it on the start stopwatch then here as we're coming into the final lap. Oh, Renbo's off. Renbo, no shed. It's just a mirage. She's okay. She's okay. Farfa's on the final lap then. Gunnar is 3/10 of a second away now of Sadistic Kings. The straight is not long enough from the Irishman at the moment. Gunnar on course for some first points of his ALR bronze season. Good stuff indeed then. Farfen is as Renbo's dropped back to 2 seconds back as well. Renbo has left the session there with 1 lap to go. Oh, goodness me. Oh, no. And Renbo, that who's had a fantastic race. It's all gone. It's all going very difficult now, isn't it? Penn's going to be the deciding factor as Farf needs 9 seconds. Yes, I thought so. It is up to 5 seconds. Farf is on a qualifying lap, isn't he? He has pushed as hard as he does. And Renbo is out of the race, isn't she? And now she's dropping back there with Troy going to pass Renbo. Oh, what a shame for Rempo then. She's had a fantastic race up until this point. And Farf is on the final turn then. And Farf wins the Dutch Grand Prix. But does he? He does on track. Who is going to win then? Yellow flag and free. And now then it's Mike coming to the line then. And Mike wins the Dutch Grand Prix. His second race win of his career and of the season as well. Energetic in second. Troy is in third. Rempo is Troy in fourth. Velocity is fifth. Ayrton is sixth. Rempo is seventh. Bradfield is eighth. Statistics is ninth. Gunnar in 10th for get his first points of the season. Nunda 11th. Captain Infinity in 12th. Curly Red in 13th. And a Stereogram in 14th position. What an incredible race there. GG Mike there. Mike's second race win of the season, and he's the first double race winner in bronze here this season. And my goodness me, that 60 car absolutely came out at the perfect time, didn't it? Farf, the penalties cost him today. Farf, he's still on the podium, but penalties galore there for Farf. Oh gosh, and I got to just sit back and just take it all in. That was absolutely incredible race once again, wasn't it? Energetics finished second in the end then, but Energetics is definitely now starting to really put the points in there, isn't he? And that is exactly what he needs, doesn't he? Good debut for Troy then. What could have been as he was on pole position, but once again, the pole position is not a factor in this Dutch Grand Prix. It seems to be a bit of a curse, doesn't it? But Mike, 2 wins in the first 4 races there, and I gotta say, a 50% strike rate, and Mike is the driver today. As it's a brilliant stuff indeed there from Mike. Really well done there. Ghost saying good job there with Mike as well. Yeah, brilliant stuff indeed there from Mike. Absolutely hats off. And there he is, the race winner then. And it's deja vu, isn't it? Just like in Australia, he is back on top step of the podium. And once again, Mr. Clean and Consistent there is back on top step. And this could be the factor for the Drivers' Championship. Really good stuff indeed there from Mike. And for the first time this season, Velocity is not on the podium now. Interesting stuff indeed then. Let's take a final look at the final classification from the Dutch Grand Prix then. Mike there from 13th on the grid there to win the race there. He doesn't like to start in the top 10 and win, does he? Incredible stuff. Energetic second in the end. Third position was far from the end. He did win on track there, but penalties unfortunately cost him the race today. Troy in 4th, brilliant stuff. Velocity 5th in the end. Ayrton in 6th position. Rempo, what a shame there. Safety car went against her and then unfortunately left the session. Bradfield in 8th then. Statistic Kings in 9th. 10th position is Gunnar getting his first points of the season. Lovely stuff then. Just outside the points, Nunda battling 11th. Curly Red in 12th. 13th Captain Infinity. And 14th for Stereogram as well on his debut. Retirements, Lucius, Penguin, Fran, Brandon, RDW and Camera Racer all retired from the Dutch Grand Prix. And I have been joined in the gantry now by the winning rostrum drivers, and I think we should start off with the race winner, shouldn't we? I think that's where he needs to start off, isn't it? Mike, what a drive today! We said just before we came on commentary there that yeah, hopefully I will speak to you after the race, and indeed that's come to light. Incredible drive today.
Thank you very much. Can you talk to me before every race? Honestly, that was friggin' believable. I was so mad at myself in qualifying. I ruined Q2. I messed up. I hit the wall just before the first run on my mediums and then tried to push too hard on the same set and absolutely ruined it. And I was like, okay, 13th place, go and walk off the stream, go and chill yourself out, calm down and just focus on the one stop. I'd practiced this strategy, medium onto softs. 22 on the mediums and then 14 on softs earlier. I knew it worked. I knew I could handle the tyre wear, and yeah, I'm very glad that managed to pull it off.
Absolutely incredible drive, really well done indeed. From 13th on the grid as well. That was absolutely. I think it was 11th in Australia, wasn't it?
No, I was fifth. I was 5th on the grid in Australia. Was up to P3 after the first couple of corners, and then I think it was Camaro Racer punted me off behind the VSC. On lap 1, I was down to last. So. Yeah.
Oh, so even worse then. Absolutely fantastic stuff there, Mike. Really well done. Your second race win. You're the first double race winner here this season as well. Brilliant stuff indeed. Congrats. Let's come to the man who's now starting to rack up some podiums now. Energetic's a great, solid drive to second today. Then, how are you feeling after that race?
Gutted. That's the first feeling. I don't know. It just the safety car threw things out of the window because we had a three-way fight with Foff and Rempo, and unfortunately her Wi-Fi went down. Otherwise, she would have got me on the last lap, and she would have been P2 instead of me. She is really quick and shouldn't be on the podium, not me. I was really struggling with the tires, really with the softs on the end. Mike had a really lucky with the safety car, but I'm almost lucky with the safety car, but at this time I wasn't. So, congrats to Mike, and yeah, Paul is just too fast for this league.
And yeah, I do say hats off to Rembo today. She was fantastic, wasn't she? Unfortunately, it just didn't go. Unfortunately, things just didn't go away. But hopefully, it will in a week's time in Spain. And last but no means least, let's talk about Far. If you crossed the line first, but it seems like you racked up a couple of penalties. That darn turn 13 now really causing you some issues today.
Yeah.
Are you a bit gutted about that?
Nah.
Lovely. Right, we'll leave it there. Alright then, that's fantastic. And that is it for the Dutch Grand Prix and ALR. I gotta say, let's race here every week. I loved it. 3 cracking races, it really was there. Pole position seems to be a bit of a curse here this weekend, didn't it? Goodness me. We are back in a week's time now. We are in Europe once again then for the Spanish Grand Prix. Round 6 is coming a bit later this year, isn't it? That's a very technical track, isn't it? If you've got a good car set up, you should go well around there. Sunday night, we are back on air for the gold races then to get back in action as well then. And I gotta say, Young Lights after his first race win is very much on it, isn't it? See you Sunday for more ALR.